years, I guess, from the start. So there haven't been a lot of offline events. There haven't been a lot of opportunities for devs to get together, chat with the players. So I believe you guys, it was your team that came up with the idea to host this?
Right. So basically, all of our plans got destroyed because of this whole COVID situation. Everyone was planning for a certain event, and I was like, wait a second,
and that shit got
everyone else is doing
over.
the same thing, right?
My goodness.
And then when we were trying to pivot to do something else, I just said, hey, Harada, why don't you reach out to these guys, because he has connections to all of them.
Yeah.
And we kind of brought them all together. So, yeah, it was a lot of work to get everyone on the same stream. But hopefully we'll have something, bright news and whatever for everyone to look forward to.
Yeah. So, everyone, thank you for joining us. As you see, we have the producers, developers from a lot of different games here. The idea for this stream is we're going to spend the first hour or so. We're going to just be discussing some questions that we took from Twitter. So we didn't pick the questions. I'm sorry. So whatever they discuss, whatever they choose to discuss, we're just going to listen up. We'll translate what we can. It's going to be rough with, 13 people? 11 people, sorry, talking together. But then the second half of the stream, I know a lot of you guys on Twitter are looking forward to this, but there will be some announcements, some surprises. So make sure you stick around for the whole thing.
Thank you, Samo Taku.
Yeah, I mean, all these publishers from Japan in the same room. We got SNK, Capcom, ARC. We got ourselves as well. Even, Koei Tecmo.
I'm going to load this just a little bit.
The father of Street Fighter 2 right here.
So, obviously, it's not normal.
I'm just hoping that we get some really good shit, man. Let us see some cool characters and.
Pretty exciting though. So if you guys aren't familiar, on the bottom left, that's Yesterday Esports. So he's kind of like our guy in Japan who does the esports stuff, similar to maybe what Ayano-san would be doing for Capcom. So he's going to be kind of helping to precede the event today.
I'm so hoping for some good shit stream.
That was Pachi. I guess he changed his name to Sekine. He doesn't want to.
Yeah, that's his real name. But
he doesn't want to use gamer name.
Most people probably know him as Pachi, right? Now we're seeing Nishitani-san, the legend.
The legend. People, currently he's created Fighting EX Layer, but this guy is known for, he made Street Fighter 2, the original Final Fight back here. So this guy is like considered a godfather in the Japanese FGC.
And then we got Oda-san up here in the left with the director Kuroki from SNK.
Yeah. So these guys are out in Osaka, right there in the west, the west part of Japan. You see that little blue bar in the middle, so they
social distancing properly.
We should do that too out here.
Have an invisible bar you can't see, right? This is Kuroki-san, the director.
Yo, my team, what's good?
Good morning, good morning.
It's me. I'm part of the team. I'm part of the development, baby. We here. Let's go.
I think a lot of these guys were here. They wanted to make sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For the kind of overseas audience, all right? That's why we're out here and getting ready for the Western prime time.
I'm with my man Harada. Yo, Harada, what's? Yo, we got some news for them today, right, Harada? That's what I'm saying. We got some news today, Harada. See, he knows. He knows.
Pretty expensive.
We got some news for y'all today.
From Capcom. I think
Bum joining
overseas,
Arxis,
not known
Bandai,
as
we
some of
here.
the other people, but these
Live,
guys have been,
motherfuckers.
kind of creating Street Fighter 5 the whole
Yeah,
time, right?
the development team, right? So this is one of those rare instances we get to see them and hear their thoughts.
Yeah.
Yo, Capcom, I see y'all.
Oh, so he's saying, right, Nakayama-san has been since Ultra Street Fighter 4.
What's Ono? I just realized, where's Ono? We see Matsumo. Oh yeah, he lost his shit. I forgot.
I believe I've met him.
We here though. We here.
Street Fighter Cross Second stuff.
Koei Tecmo, Shimbori-san, Dead or Alive 6 producer right here. This is kind of, I'm used to seeing, you see Capcom and Tekken, they meet up and they talk a lot.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've really seen Koei Tecmo get involved in this kind of group.
Yep.
I think this is like a cool opportunity now.
Shimbori-san just mentioned he's been on the series for 16 years now. That's quite respectable.
Years.
Wow.
16 years, yeah. I guess. Yeah,
remember, I've been here for like 10 though.
On what, Dreamcast?
I've been here. It'll be my 20th on the Tekken.
Juana, I've been here for like 10 though.
A party or something like that.
Don't forget about that. HOC, we on the come up.
Self introductions. After this, we will start the discussion. What will they discuss? I don't know. I read some of the questions out there.
We're going to discuss some HOC shit. That's what we're going to discuss. What the fuck?
There's been, like 100 plus
Get your mind right, man.
That they're asking, but they can only do, I think,
five,
but I don't even know if we'll be able to do 5, right?
Right,
they have 5 ready. They don't know if they're going to be able to get it all, but the good news is
y'all better get me.
say they are considering.
That's what I know. Y'all better get me.
Yeah, if everyone tunes in, everyone likes it.
Yep.
And now we just had Okubo, as you know, our producer for Soul Calibur 6.
You said it looked like you're in a tie-dye shirt. That might be the Soul Calibur shirt.
It looks like it, the Soul Edge and the Soul Calibur colors.
I made sure I came nice today, man. Y'all wasn't going to show me up like that.
He said he's
y'all
blurred out the
bugging.
background, but it's from his house.
The fuck?
Yeah, he says he's at home, right? Some people, like you see,
Speak that shit, Harada.
The studio.
Yeah.
Let them know you don't take no shit.
You know what I was just talking
don't take
about,
no
about
shit.
how this whole thing came about.
Right. So they said they were asking people, like, so trying to figure out who do we invite? Who do we invite? Right.
I hear you on that. I hear you.
This kind of gathering, right? Because there's so many people involved, so they're kind of cracking jokes here.
And people maybe don't get the gravity of the situation. You know, like Western devs, maybe they can just decide themselves, hey, dude, let's do a stream. But that's not how it's done in Japan. To get all these companies on board and to have
it's very strict out here, right?
them allow it,
Y'all play
this
too
is,
much.
you know, really something special.
Don't fucking clap.
And then Yasuda, he's going to be one of the MCs. Right?
Yeah, let me stop playing with this, man. I'm bored, stream. Where is this going?
Right now.
Where is this going? Yeah. Well, where is this going?
So yeah, self-introduction.
I want to know where this is going.
And they're gonna show.
Can we see some good shit?
So from 9:15,
we got the roundtable discussion, right?
Don't be moving.
And he's just explaining what Juna said about we gathered these on Twitter beforehand.
And then from 10 is the announcements. So we had rehearsal last night. I got spoiled on some of them, but all I'll say is definitely stick around and definitely get on Twitter. And when this is over, people are gonna.
Yo, look at SNK on the top left.
Down, you know, we haven't even seen a lot of it, right?
SNK, y'all better have some good shit.
Just that one. But
I want to see some Kano Fighters 15.
But a little bit early. They're going
Capcom.
To,
I want to see Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
Twitter.
Bless us.
So now it seems like we're proceeding.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for the self-introductions. They said they took some of the questions from English as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's not just Japanese questions. Some of you guys from overseas get your questions involved in here.
Yo, spam that roll back. Roll back, roll back, roll back.
I don't know. You guys can't tell probably, but he's got this like really thick Kansai dialect.
The other thing that they also mentioned earlier is that, you know, since Mike also kind of brought it up, is that there's all these different companies, right? So if one company is okay with something but another company is not, they can't really discuss this kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to find a topic that everybody involved can discuss and share their opinions on. So that's what he's mentioning. We're trying to decide which questions to pick here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it really is so much going into coordinating all of this, so including the questions and what they're going to talk about.
We are used to the West a little bit more wild. You know, you get a little bit more like free to speak here, but it's still quite strict out here.
But you
all right, when we're gonna see some video games.
They picked some really fair questions this time, so we'll see.
Obviously, only 5, so not every question that people want. I know there's some big ones that people really want that might not get touched on this one, but hopefully, again, if you guys can keep the reception, say I like this kind of content, please bring us more. They can do it again and maybe hit them up. But anyway, here we go. They said each question they're going to do about like 8 minutes or so. They're going to discuss.
Yep. We don't have a raising hand button either, so we'll see how this works, right? So now he's saying, yeah, there we go, the English, right? Selection of roster characters.
So they're going to start with Capcom, but you've experienced with this as well, right?
Oh yeah,
You've
definitely.
been involved with picking some characters.
Yeah, and we've kind of, Harada and I have been pretty vocal about that. Comes up on Comic-Con panels, etc. Okay. So now just talk about listening to
the user
feedback, but also think about their user base and try to kind of discern what kind of taste they would like.
This question gets asked every single game that comes out. Come on, man. This is a played-out question.
Like, okay.
I feel like Harada, he's telling him. Good. He heard your request. So raise your hand when you talk right here so he can see.
This question is played out.
So
Can we get something unique?
Here?
Yeah.
Then how does the selection of the characters, how does that work out? What the fuck?
Games is that Street Fighter's been around for, I don't know.
They're gonna say the same
years.
shit.
Yes.
So
Our user base and what our developers want. It's the same shit every time.
A large pool they have to choose from, right?
So they're talking about how Street Fighter doesn't just take classic characters, but also characters from
Other games.
other series in the Capcom, like Final Fight and things like
That's
that.
obvious.
Even now he's touching.
Come on, you gotta give them harder questions.
The martial art.
That shit is too easy for them.
Yeah.
And we're limited on time. Why y'all gonna ask a question like that? Of course they gonna fucking. They love questions like that. They eat that shit for breakfast.
Also, does justice, right?
Right.
I know with Shaheen, he talked a lot about it.
And like us as well, he was talking about trying to not have as many characters in the same vein to have a lot of variety there.
No shit.
And then other characters that might be a good format to try new mechanics or new
gameplay
ideas,
and stuff. So like let's try and have the development team, come up with new ideas, new mechanics, and keep pushing the genre forward here.
Capcom is
he's
salty.
talking about Street Fighter is close to the real world. I think he's talking about locations, right?
Yeah, he's saying too that Street Fighter, every game is different. So you have, like Arxis games, which are very anime, very like kind of fantasy inspired. But Street Fighter is very close to kind of reality. Even though they're doing fireballs and everything, kind of takes place in the real world. So
yeah,
they want to have
World Warriors, and you had that
No
map where
shit!
the player kind of goes to a different location in between fights, right?
So when they're deciding characters, they got to try and keep a character that's a little bit more realistic, rather than like we're not going to put it, even though they have Blanca, but like we're not going to throw like a dinosaur man out there.
This is the type of shit this is the type of conference we're gonna have. I mean, I like that they're doing this. I like that the fighting games publishers are coming together and they're talking. But my gosh, man, these questions. Come on, we're limited on
Talk
time.
about the game system changes quite drastically from different installments, and so also with the planned system for whatever installment they're working on, which characters might blend well with
Yeah,
that.
right. So like Street Fighter V has its own game design. So maybe you might want your favorite character from an older Street Fighter. They're saying that character might not fit with the Street Fighter V game design, and they don't want to change him so much. So
that's like they're saying, it's like one of the things they consider
Again,
in regards to many, right?
More and more and more. What I want to know is how much does Twitter get involved? Because whenever I see these guys on Twitter, they're asking, like, give me this.
Just got here. Any DBFZ news? No, not yet.
How often do
Not
you
yet.
guys listen to Twitter monster?
I could go to the.
Rod and I are probably on one end of the spectrum where we're quite in tune with what they're saying. Okubo-san maybe somewhat like that. I'm not sure about the other
They haven't
producers.
mentioned it. They
We
just said
haven't
the
really talked about
users,
it.
right? I want to hear social media.
And obviously, there's differences in how much English that each of these producers can comprehend directly as well, right? Harada being an MMORPG guy himself, playing with foreign players for a long time, understands quite a bit of English actually. And now he's talking. Harada just mentioned about he believes Street Fighter, the opinions differ depending.
I can't
on
see
which
the chat, but I'm
installment
going to the
that
chat right here,
player
right now,
got
guys.
into the
The game
series,
is
right?
so old, right? So people that were with the original,
Alright,
people
I'm
that
in the
started
chat.
with 5, right? They might have different ideas of what they think is cool or what kind of character should
Bum
be
is
in the game.
who am I covering? I'm not
So you're
covering
saying,
anybody.
like,
I'm here.
If you do a poll to ask opinions
I'm not
about
covering
characters,
anybody. I'm
it's kind of hard to see
I'm
because
me.
you don't know which player generation
fuck?
that is, right?
Yeah, and the other thing too is it's going to be younger players.
I'm
right?
part of
Usually
this
the younger
conference. You
players,
guys,
more
you guys ain't know that though, right?
socially,
That's what it is.
connected.
G Sports.
On social
We-
media,
we
the
came
internet,
and
those guys
regulate
are gonna
this
match
shit.
on the poll, right? The old men don't know what they're doing.
Another thing he's mentioned is kind of funny. We see this a lot where you'll get a particular character
Yeah.
that's like stands out on the polls online, right?
Yeah.
But then if you actually release it, it's
No
not
one-
as
You
well
guys are
compared
bugging.
to the other characters sales-wise, right?
Like it.
Yeah, we won't mention names. And then Matsumoto-san's also mentioning
Yo.
how we kind of think too that
Yo,
you
yo.
take it as one ingredient.
Get to the good
right?
shit.
It's your decision.
Yeah.
And if it matches up to what you perceive the player base wants, then it's just one like.
Oh,
thing that
if I was to
fits
ask the
that
question,
theory,
they probably would not
but
be able
it's
to
not
answer.
like the deciding factor
Yeah.
in itself.
These questions is trash.
And Rada also explaining, as we often say for our title, we take user opinions, but we also take the background
Yeah.
data, usage, etc.
This is a hard question, right? Because there's no answer, right? There's a trillion different things that come in there. I wonder if we're going to hear from the other producers as well.
Yeah, hopefully
Master
they can jump
Junpei.
in, you know, it's kind of hard to grab
Yeah.
the mic from Harada.
Yeah.
Sometimes, right?
Shit. I'm part of that motherfucker,
Now he's
Steve.
talking about, this is
I'm
another
in
topic
here.
we often touch on that.
I regulate this shit.
Player usage and popularity is not necessarily the same thing, right?
So they're also talking. He mentioned like how strong they are too, right? So he's like some characters because they're strong in the game.
Used more often,
they'll
right?
get used more often. It doesn't mean they're popular, right? It's just more people are going to play that character because they have a very high win percentage there. So gathering like concrete data is very, very difficult. Is what they're saying.
I'm trying to do better. I'm trying.
He's talking about
Shut up!
Solomon when we had our poll for
When was
what
that?
kind of player, maybe
Y'all
2
laughing?
years ago.
Oh,
This
okay.
is like something I heard when I first joined the team, but way
crazy.
long ago.
No
They
respect.
had a Salmon character.
Salmon the fish?
He was bouncing on the stage, right?
Okay.
No
And
respect,
he
Steve.
got,
No
you know,
respect.
he didn't make the final cut way back when, but
Damn.
put it in just to see, right? And also, there was a data point in the game that when someone they reverse engineered and they found the data.
I'm in
for it,
here.
right?
I'm in this motherfucker.
So he's like, maybe it's not a good idea. for
I'm gonna
Twitch.
drop them
maybe
if they
I
don't
should
get
put it in
they don't get to the
Yeah.
point and start showing some damn videos.
Fighting game here.
Don't
Hey,
laugh.
Manus as well.
I mean, you guys put it in dinosaurs and fighting kangaroos.
Yo, Harada,
so
Harada.
I think it's not
For
not
real.
too weird. So he's like, how's it gonna fight? Like, how are we gonna make a fish
Tail
fight?
slap, right?
How are we gonna make a fish fight? Harada's saying in like a 2D fighting game.
People are complaining about Zafina not being able to hear her, right? Imagine a fish lying on the
Shit is crazy.
It's gonna have to stop.
Like-
Stomp
like-
and his paws
People
like
complaining
down
about
punch,
a lot
right?
of stuff, man. I feel now is not a time for Don't bring back the salmon. We don't need
Nah,
him.
no
We don't
salmon,
need him.
please.
Smack them shades off.
I'm trying to have a peaceful Twitter account at the moment.
Yo, like this is wild
Now
right
I'm gonna
here,
ask.
man.
So Gav's
It's
Capcom.
kind of hard to answer.
You
after
guys
that,
are
right?
you guys are
Like
answering the
every
easiest
possible
questions.
answer. Now he's asking the other people. What do you?
No
guys think? They
videos.
said the same. Yeah. They're all.
And y'all
they're all the
laughing. We
same.
got like an hour.
So
Oh, there you go.
I bet you if
They
Harada take
mentioned,
off them
so
glasses, that's what we're
Koei
gonna
Tecmo was a
see.
little bit-
Fucking,
they said,
fucking
we
some
take
crazy
everything
eyes.
that Capcom said, but there's also what we want to make, right? They said characters that we want to make, as well as characters that fit in the story. Like we design them.
What I just said. What I just said. You guys are giving them the
then
easiest
after they come up with
shit.
the idea,
They
the
answer
base,
these
you know,
questions
discuss
a
with the
million
marketing teams,
times.
like, what kind of
They're
characters should we
doing
make,
something
actually? Like,
unique
what would be good
that
for
they
the
probably
game?
never
Right?
done
Where should they
before
come from? What
on
country?
stream, and we're asking them the same shit.
That's kind of like
What
a little
the
bit
fuck?
reverse of what I thought, right? They make the character first, then like, kind of the design and the story after. I thought it'd be kind of the opposite.
I literally just said
Marketing
it,
is
guys.
important.
I told ya, it's literally they split it between developers
Now they're talking
on
about
what they
who?
want to choose and the audience.
who is this talking at the moment?
Shimbori is.
Oh,
is,
still, right?
Yeah.
I think Harada's gonna represent
Who?
Dragon Ball, right? Because the
They're
other
talking
people,
about characters.
Yasuda
He was talking about a
and
character
Harada,
before, that he was forced
I think they're the ones
cosplay
that's gonna
and shit.
represent because they're Bandai. So I think they're representing DBFZ.
Yeah, we gotta.
Me, I'm
we're-
representing
We
HLC.
gotta be careful here.
So he's like, if you're talking about Dead or Alive,
Matsumoto
right? Dead or
and
Alive,
Sounds like a
Nakayama,
cute
they're
girl, right?
representing
what kind of
Capcom,
characters you want? He's
aka
like, well,
Marvel
Dead
vs.
or Alive
Capcom
series,
4.
It's all about the girls. Cute girls like there is what everybody
And then
wants.
the other people, I don't know. SNK, they better represent Kingdom Fighters 15 with some beautiful ass graphics, some crazy combos. So me and Steve can start playing that game because 14, it was a cool game, but the fucking online wasn't the greatest.
During that time. Ah.
Yo, Neo, I see you. What's
And then
good,
you're
man?
thinking, Dead or Alive 5 at the same
They both
time.
had
Let's-
five.
This
They
is
had a little
fighting
bit of
something
game
cool together, yeah.
round table. There better be no. Hey guys, well, we got
Yeah,
new
yeah.
DLC
So,
for Resident Evil. I
they-
swear I would smack my
They
camera.
had the Shiranui Mai and
From
Kula
SNK,
from
yeah.
SNK as well.
And then Dead or Alive 5, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Akira, right? I think they had
Yeah.
Akira from Virtua Fighter. So that's how they decided on the guest
Y'all see my
character.
double
was
in the
let's work
back?
together and also have like a
My
little
man,
bit of
better
competitive.
chill the fuck out, all right?
So yeah, they
My
gotta be
screen.
strong and cute.
My
That's their,
screen.
their one of their criteria, right?
He's like, if you make it like your character's gonna take in as guest characters by the DOA series.
All of y'all motherfuckers is millionaires, and y'all got the bullshit cameras, man. Y'all better get y'all shit together.
And then Harada just mentioned SNK's got, you know, very long-running franchises as well. You must have lots of requests.
What you giving me?
Especially from the China area.
Yeah.
East Asia.
Yeah, it's like Tekken too, like these legacy series. I mean, basically every game here is like 20 plus years, so they all have really long history, a lot of different characters and franchises in there.
New DLC for KO. Oh, my phone fell.
Trying to get the gist of it, it seems like
I'm part of that round table. You know what I'm saying?
That they're able to fit a lot of these requests into at least one of them, right?
And they say what the fans
want,
right? It's like
Mochi,
so many, like,
Mochi ain't doing anything right now, man. Like Mochi is just there. This guy right here, that's above me.
One of my favorites.
He's just laughing and not answering anything. I'm not sitting on nobody's auto. I will auto shoot you out this motherfucking stream. You say some shit like that again.
When you look at the lineup, if it's a bunch of old men characters, right?
Sam Show didn't have any cute girls on release.
Right, and you got to think of balance in that regard as well. They're talking about Wanfu.
Yeah, Wanfu is the big
Chinese
monk guy.
With the big sword, right?
No, he's got the big pillar.
Pillar, that's right, in the beat.
Y'all laughing too much, and there's no fucking. Where's the fighting game?
We got to get some cute girls in there. So that's kind of what Capcom mentioned too about balancing your roster and seeing like.
Y'all gotta be tight.
That's always tough for us too, especially because the player base is quite divided on whether they want really cute girls or they want more realistic buff fighters. You know, it's hard to please everyone in that aspect.
So
is this Dice Game?
Yeah, this is going on YouTube. This bullshit.
But he's saying the first thing they decide is how many characters, right? Like how many characters can be in the game, and then after you have that kind of limitation, then you can decide who, like what type and everything.
Oh, Arxis, that's Arxis. Okay, Ishiwati,
the same thing that SNK mentioned.
Watari,
you gotta make sure it's not just
and
all
Sinki.
dudes and
they Arxis. Okay. Akira is the guy that did the.
This is a good topic too. He's saying you really have to think about the looks of the character and their popularity in that, and then the popularity of the play style.
Yo, for real, Steve. For real. That's what the fuck I want.
The ease of play too, right? You can't have like 10 super duper technical, difficult to play.
Yo, Ultima Cloud is they literally
easier to play. Like, use of the cast here.
What the fuck? Like each what they should have done individually. Each one starting from the top left corner. They talk, showcase what they have. They're answering the same questions that they answered for like over a decade.
The new ideas that they have for a new character and how that blends into the existing roster. Right?
Don't laugh.
Just take opinions and
this is not funny.
They decide all the new stuff in
you guys are slick.
You
answering some casual shit.
Come on, you gotta.
Yeah.
Yes is being really soft here, saying we should probably move on to the next topic, right?
Yeah. What the fuck? Move on, Harada.
It's tough though. I mean, I'm glad I'm not him. I mean, if it's Harada or Oko, we can just be like, hey, come on, let's go. But it can't just be like that with the other publishers, right?
The future of crossplay.
Oh, this is one of those difficult ones. Well, what does he got here?
What?
Take that shit down now.
This is boss.
Take that shit down now.
You don't know who this is?
No. Who's it?
Hayashi-san.
Harada.
From Team Ninja, the leader.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Hayashi-san.
What the fuck? Why you still have that there, Harada?
What happened? He quit?
Harada? Harada, stop fucking around.
What? He's saying about to keep the live operations of a certain game going. I'm not sure which one.
Say less.
Catch it.
Say less, Harada.
And he said, well, there's
budgeting
and all that. And Harada said, oh,
sit down!
Take care of the budgeting. I don't know what he meant by that. But
Shimbori said, Shimbori's like, if this Mochi's holding him aside and said, stop.
Stop, cut. No.
Shimbori is like, if you got the budget, we'll do it.
Oh, this is the Japanese thing, right?
Chill the fuck out. Know your place. It's me.
Hayashi-san, he's the team leader for Team Ninja.
My box.
And he was probably, I think, the producer on
acting up,
DOA titles,
act up
but,
again. You
like
laughing?
Happens, he got higher up positions. Now he's in charge of the whole team, I believe.
Chill out. My box.
All right. So now they're talking about technical difficulties of crossplay.
Talk that shit. Let's hear it.
Not that hard, maybe, because it's peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
It's not like a dedicated server in most instances.
He was saying like each fighting game has different ways they connect.
You better stop, Sandula, before you get your shit shot.
Besides Capcom, but hold on.
So he's saying it's not really a technical barrier. I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna say from here.
40.
That was not okay, but right?
He's talking about PS3 and Xbox One error.
It said, nigga.
He made a
Nigga.
presentation saying he wants to do crossplay and approach the first party.
Yeah.
They're talking about crossplay. Wait.
Because, you know, mobile titles.
Yo, Ray, thank you.
And to compete with it, he wants to open up the platform. But he said the first parties they would say to him, well, we want to do it.
That's very.
Like Phil Spencer from Xbox, he was mentioned by name, was like, yeah, sure, man, let's do it.
I think it's kind of a sad ending here.
And, you know, we're open about it, we want to do it. And he said the Sony point of contact changed.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, we would like to discuss it.
Yeah.
Discuss it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're all sounding very kind of receptive of the idea,
exactly.
but it sounds like it's going to...
But there's a lot of things that you have to overcome.
Y'all bullshitting. Y'all bullshitting.
Especially like a free-to-play game where you have a huge audience there.
Yep.
A lot of times we see them open up the gates to that crossplay. But for package,
No
like
excuses.
a download version of a game.
So what I'm hearing is that, you know, crossplay has like the barriers and everything, but if you like the free-to-play games are naturally going to have a much higher user base than games like this that you have to pay and you have to buy here. So I think it costs money, right? It might be expensive for the first-party people to have that crossplay server right here, or from the other.
No, it's not that expensive.
So
They already spoke about
like you
this.
mentioned earlier, it's not a
Power Rangers,
technical issue
which
so
has
much, it's
a
more
budget of like
the
$500,
first-party.
fucking did the game with
The-
crossplay and fucking GGPO
what's
and
more
all
important
types
to
of
talk
shit.
about
There's
now.
no way that any of you
Each
millionaires
platform has their own ID, the PSN ID, the X.
can't do this
There's
shit. This
another
is
one.
crazy.
And to connect them,
You guys are ludicrous.
there's a lot of things you have to do. Can't believe he's going into this much detail, but he's talking about you have a central server where you've got to take, like, if I'm on PSN and you're on X Live, we have to go to some server outside, and they give us an ID that isn't matched. Well, it's not tied to either of those platforms, and you kind of tie the X Live ID to that ID and my PSN to that ID. And so, like, the server
They're
infrastructure
super
and
disconnected.
the
This is
security
crazy.
protocols and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's definitely.
They choose
keeps
to be
kinda saying, like, we
disconnected.
can do it. Like I think the underlying message, like we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. It's the first party, you know. It's the consoles, the platform companies here. They have the difficulties that kind of prevent this.
How? That doesn't make any
He's talking
sense.
about maybe the next gen.
That doesn't make any sense. Capcom
At
put it
least
in
from
2 of their
the player's
games.
perspective,
Matter of fact, 3. They
yeah,
put in
it's gonna
Street
think,
Fighter X
well,
Tekken.
obviously you
They
can
put
play
it in
like
Street
other
Fighter
games
5.
do,
They
like,
put
you
it in
can do it.
MVCI. And
So we realize
I
the
believe they put it in
expectations
Street
can be
Fighter
quite
3rd
high.
Strike, that GGPO for Xbox 360, right? Or something like that. Hell yeah, I'm part of this round table. These motherfuckers ain't getting away with this shit.
Yeah, right. So this is not just, even though it's Harada talking about Tekken, this is not just a Tekken issue, right? A lot of games are like this. A lot of fighting games, a lot of the other companies have the same problems.
So he's saying he's going to try to approach the first parties a bit more on this topic.
Yeah, so earlier on when he gave that long speech, right, he basically was saying he already tried, like, the presentation. He went to everybody. Everyone sounded like, yeah, let's do it, but nothing actually happened, and then
There's
it's
a lot
difficult.
of details to actually figure out when you
So he
do
says
wanna do it.
he's going to keep going. Crossplay is still an important idea here for Harada, so he's going to keep going. Matsumoto-san from Capcom now.
talking about his thoughts on it. He's
He says he
thinking
also
it's
thinks it's
pretty,
very important.
Pretty important, yeah.
ユーザーが分かれることに我々メリットないと思うんで、絶対に実現していく方がいいんですけども、気になってくるのは、
And Ishwatari-san also
That's the guy from
saying
Guilty Gear,
obviously
guys.
the the publishers.
They're putting in
it's not the
GGPO.
best to have our audiences split
Yeah, they
between
definitely
platform
want crossplay because that keeps all the users together. But what he mentioned is that there's
Something about the devices?
technical, right? You know, like a Switch versus a PlayStation 4, they have
Right.
different technical aspects. So how are you going to have a game? What are you going to do to make the game playable across each platform there?
And so
I
even
hope
the
there's some videos
peripherals,
at the end of this
maybe
shit.
on certain
Yeah.
platforms you don't have as many.
That's what I
arcade
said. Why
sticks
I was like,
and
"Where's
programs,
Ono?"
there's
But I
things,
forgot he got
to
demoted.
actually work out.
Yeah.
And
That's a
Matsumoto
good
is the
point.
guy
Like,
that
if
got
you're gonna do a
promoted.
crossplay game, do you design the game for
Matsumoto
one
is the
system
guy
and
that
just
took over
try and
Ono's
add it
place.
on, or from the start, do you design a game
Remember,
that's going to be
Ono openly
equal and easy to
he
play,
put in the
across
public
all
that he
platforms?
got
And even Pachi's
he got
talking
demoted.
about because of the way you input on each device, they would have to take that into account. The way that the game might feel
Yeah.
different, I mean, among platforms, and you know, if that's something that is probably not desirable in a
Yeah.
fighting game, right?
Yeah. Pachi, like they're all saying, like Daisuke and Pachi both said, yeah, this is something
Ono
we
did
definitely
get
wanna do.
demoted. Yes,
Everybody, of
he
course,
put it
we
in the
want
public.
crossplay, but it's
He
not
said that
simple.
he
It's
he
not-
So you can
like
tell
not
here
that
that,
simple.
you
him
know,
playing
there's a
around
lot of
too much
thought
and,
into
and
it.
not
It's
handling
not
things
that they
properly.
just, like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever,
Pretty
we don't
much,
wanna do it.
Capcom demoted him,
There's still a
and
lot of
that's when
little hurdles here to
Matsumoto
get good
took
crossplay.
over. So he took his position. I think it's
So you're
Matsumoto.
saying,
I could be wrong.
FPSs, you have many
I could be
different
wrong, but I believe it was him that took
input
over.
configurations, I guess
Yeah,
you'd say,
yeah.
right? And maybe that's kind of one way to work around for some of these problems, to provide more of those for fighting games. But then, you know, figuring out those fine details is something that takes a lot of time as well.
But yeah, right when it looks
yeah,
like he's going to get
cut
cut
him
off
off.
with time. But Apache again, he said this is definitely something we want to do. Just again, there's still a lot of hurdles, so don't expect it anytime soon, guys. But the devs are thinking about crossplay stuff.
And yes, it is. Just talking about that leads in quite well to the next
So
one.
crossplay,
Yeah, 'cause he was
but
Talks about
mentioning-
arcade controllers, right?
About arcade controls, what is this going to be about?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as well.
Arcade controls, good or bad? Is this the story?
I mean, I think they mean like arcade sticks,
So this is-
right? Like,
yeah.
so they're
Fight
talking about
sticks.
arcade controllers. What about this?
So this is Oda-san.
I'm curious what they're gonna go with this. Free my nigga Ono. Yo, Forty, I see you.
He's
Okay.
talking about-
I guess this is very, yeah.
This is one of the kind of legacy
Yeah.
things of fighting games, is this culture of fight sticks, right?
Yeah. So he's saying too that he, you know, because some of the old SNK games came very, very difficult, you know, very high execution. Back in the day, it used to be like you have to use an arcade stick. But he's talking about that's kind of like a legacy thought, the culture of arcade sticks. So
But I think what he's trying to convey though is he sees it as something that he would like to kind of
What I would like for them to
convey
talk
to later
about
generations,
is
right?
why they
Kinda
keep watering
preserve
down
that
our
arcade
fighting
culture.
games
It's
to
definitely
please the
phasing out a bit.
casuals that don't even stay long enough to care about the game being watered down. How about that?
And he's talking about
Let's not talk about arcade controllers and arcade sticks and all that shit. Let's talk about how you guys continue to water down our games to please people that don't even stick around long enough to know how to even
Yeah,
do a
man,
special
these
move
are
in the
going
first
down
place.
Wells, and he said we're ending that area.
Nah?
So he's
You don't
saying
wanna
we're
talk about
entering
that?
The era
Oh, okay.
where, I mean, we've already been in an era, I think, but you know, he wants
Put
to
that
study
shit down.
But he's like, we're
Put-
entering the
put-
era with, you know, maybe
put that shit
arcade
down.
So arcade controllers.
Harada, you acting up right
No,
now,
Harada's
man.
He's trying to say something. All right,
You
Nissan, go
acting
ahead.
up right
he's
now.
like, yeah, I got this. He's got it print out for everyone, huh?
He's
Don't be
good.
making fun. Put that shit down. It's crazy.
Nishitani-san is just saying he has to have arcade controller because you know he kind of grew up
Yeah.
in the
That's- he's
arcades.
a- yeah.
But he's saying that newer generations,
Yeah.
they're starting off on controllers or gamepads, right? And fighting games have pretty complex commands, but these newer generations are able to do it quite well on a
Yeah.
gamepad.
Right, he said because he's OG. That's a very common like mindset from back in the day. It was like you can only do these complex
Kenmar,
inputs on the arcade.
you
pad,
rather
but
watch
he's
Overwatch
fine
than
with it.
this?
He's like the new guys, they're doing it just fine on pad.
He's
At
saying,
least
like,
they
all
doing
the
this,
guys
though.
here,
At
you know,
least-
close to 40 or over, so.
At
all
least they
probably use
doing this,
arcade
but like
controllers,
they're
but,
making
you
this
know,
so easy,
most
man.
of the player base is
These
shifting towards
questions
gamepads
are
now.
definitely
They seem to be doing
sleep.
quite well, so
Boring.
maybe it's
Basura.
not gonna be a big problem. He feels it.
This
maybe
is
half
this
is on Game
this
Pass
is
at
not
the
what the
moment.
audience
when you got to the tournament,
wants,
you see everyone.
It's
using their
obvious,
P6,
too.
you might
The
have that
audience
idea,
don't want
but
this.
He said he feels like half people are on pads, and then Harada
What is
said
this
more
shit?
than half, right?
Right.
I can't get
I've
jiggy
even
with this
noticed that
shit.
with Tekken, you know, people, when we were having arcade-only tournaments, some
Suck you
people
in?
couldn't actually join, especially a lot of the foreign players, because they could only play on pad, right?
What the
happened a
fuck
lot
is this
for
shit, man?
The Japanese invitational tournaments,
Yep.
right? You'd qualify in the States.
And there's
but
too
the guy
many people
qualified only
talking
on pad, and
for
then it's like, well,
Giuana,
now what do
for
we do?
Giuna,
I think we
to
even provided,
fucking
like,
translate
USB
what they're
port
saying.
on a
So this is
special,
not even like a
version
translation
of
stream. This
Captain
is
for
like
one or two of
I'm
them.
just going to whatever person says, and there's one person talking. I'll translate that. But there's too many people talking.
He's just asking about.
You ain't got the answers.
Their player base is probably a higher percentage of arcade controllers, maybe.
You ain't got the
We got
answers.
Daisuke-san here.
Fuck!
Yeah,
He's
he's
saying
like,
he's part of that generation of
he
arcade
said, I'm not
sticks.
as old. I'm not as old as Nishitani, but he's from the arcade stick generation. Yeah.
And he's like, especially repeat inputs of a button.
Yeah, because they're talking about, arcades have the
Yo,
double tap,
Marshmallow
those
was
are
good.
things that you couldn't do in old games. Or that
Damn,
was kinda
what is-
necessary in
this
old
is
games.
like-
New games you don't really need it that
Like
much.
I love that they came up with this round table, but this is like these motherfuckers catching up after they all at the end of the year, right? They all finish their games and they just like
come up with new specs that are more
and
user
drinking their
friendly,
sake.
like that.
What a great game! And like just talking, just shooting the shit.
And then he's talking about, I think that kind of like the rapid button presses. and
That
What the
things like
fuck?
that,
Execution, yeah.
it makes you feel more immersed in the game
you
physically.
get more energetic, right? You feel like I'm really going in here.
Right.
What about the
a good
arcade
point.
controller? This is crazy.
And Pachi says he often conflicts with Daisuke-san on that one.
This stream is supposed to be like an hour long or something like
He
that.
likes
He
They already
actual
been
complex
Yeah,
up
he likes
for
the difficult
41
inputs.
minutes and 50 seconds.
So that's a merit of the arcade controllers.
Well, it's been up for that long, but I don't know how long they were on standby
But he
for
wants to
with the countdown.
have a battle system that doesn't.
But it's supposed to be like an hour. Yo,
skew
man.
towards either-
Yo.
You don't need a
Please
pad. You don't need a stick.
show
They want to make a
some-
game that you don't even think about it.
The questions are an hour long. And this is
We're shifting towards.
they're taking the
the
easiest
esports
questions,
era.
man. Oh
So
my
your
god.
pad or your controller is similar to like
Look
your,
at
your
this
tool
shit.
if you're an athlete, right? Like a bat or your racket or whatever.
And that's the worst part. They said they wasn't gonna
I think
stay
that's kind
long
of interesting
on these
about the
questions.
possibilities that
Y'all
might
staying
come
way longer than what should be expected. Literally make it 3 minutes per question.
Uh-oh.
You guys are sticking with the question for 10 minutes.
He's talking like maybe even you should have different formats.
I
Like
disagree with that.
one allows like
What is
anything
that?
with your tool, but
Yeah.
Looters,
we-
I am
we
not fine with
know
these
about
questions
this,
at
right?
all.
Sentiment.
Not even for 30
He
seconds.
was
These are
talking about,
played out
maybe
questions.
People have different rules. Like you can even have like
One is
These
about
are some
arcade
played
sticks,
out
right?
questions, and they're
Modded
sticking with
arcade
these
sticks,
played
you
out
press
questions.
one button,
Harada!
like a very complex command. Like have a tournament just that allows that. Have a different tournament that doesn't.
Harada, put that shit
Oh,
down.
we brought up
Yeah.
Morrison here.
They're like,
Put
He
it
said he
down,
only plays on
Harada.
pad, right?
He's like, I
You
don't even
fucking
think he
around
plays-
too
he plays on
much.
pad, or he doesn't, right? And they mentioned, his arcade stick.
He playing too
He
much,
said
man.
he's dropped his. He's seen Morrison.
Y'all
drop
laughing?
stick from
Off
his
his
lap
knees,
several
right?
times.
Playing on his lap. He dropped it. Maybe he's not a pro.
We only have an hour
I'm glad
long
he
with
was
these
able to
questions,
participate in
and
some
you
way.
guys are
Morrison's
fucking
super
around
cool, dude.
doing dumb shit. This is the first and last time I allow you guys to do this shit again. This is the
Troll,
first
man.
and last time
Zooming in
I
here.
allow you guys to do this shit.
He's trying to have a serious discussion, and Harada's like trolling him heavy.
You see, Pac just
Nah,
turned
this
off
is not
the
funny no.
screen, right? He
I'm
doesn't
not
understand
having
how
fun
to-
anymore. I'm the
Reminds me
only
of that
American
Japanese
here
program where you can't laugh
from the
if you
ghetto,
kick in the behind, right?
and you guys are fucking around.
Like, how many photos do you have? Like, how many photos do you have ready to go, Harada?
He said he doesn't have everyone. But in case the SNK connection fails, he's got this as a backup.
Yesterday during rehearsal, there was a joke where they were using Wi-Fi. Like some of the guys were using Wi-Fi, so Harada yelled at everybody. He's like, supposed to be fighting
should be
against.
ashamed of yourself.
Why are you
You that nigga to fuck around a lot, huh, Harada? You that nigga. All right.
So he's like, yeah, SNK, in case their Wi-Fi goes down again, we have this.
So now we're going on to the next one.
Question.
Next question after like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
feature user experience of fighting games.
This could be good. This actually could be good.
What does this mean, though? It's a hard question.
Yeah. This could be good.
It's pretty open-ended, right?
Yeah. This, all right. Let me be for real. This could be actually good.
So this is again Daisuke-san, I believe, right?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, sorry. I was looking. I was like, who's talking?
長いことルール変更が行われないのに対して格闘ゲームっていうのはこう日々
So he's talking about other game genres. Maybe the rules don't change that much, but fighting games change their game systems quite often. Users expect this.
Loose one.
Occur,
Ask me after this.
years,
Hold on.
Maybe every 5 at the most. So what are some new possibilities? Maybe like how does AI maybe affect it? Maybe there's some kind of interesting possibilities there.
He said also, like, up until now, we just kept doing the same thing over and over and over again for fighting game. So he thinks rather than Ishitari coming up with ideas for the future by himself, it's like this is the value of this kind of group discussion.
Right?
So let's have everybody. What do you think we can do in the future?
But it's kind of like poker, right? It's like, do you really want to give away?
What do you want to tell me? Tell me your idea. Ono-san. Ono-san is here as well.
Where's the Blanca, though? Oh, he is the Blanca.
Yeah, he's got him.
Are you blind? He's holding the Blanca toy right there.
And this is Mochi-san going to give us his opinion. He believes matching, of course, right? A better experience there. But he's not from a development background.
Yo, Harada's the joke. He's the jokester, man. He's the jokester.
Matching is what the online. He's talking about online matchmaking.
Yeah. And if that experience isn't tight, then you'll lose your player base over time.
If he was to pull out my pick, that would be OD.
So he believes everyone is
that would be
trying their best to
OD.
try to improve that aspect, especially. Currently, we have rank is one way that we divide the players based on their skill, whether that's a certain rank or whether it's a point attribute. But which one is best? That's kind of something open for discussion, right?
So yeah, do you want to cut? You want to cut people up by ranks or by experience, like point system? So the point system, you can just kind of grind, right? You don't have to be that good. You can just kind of grind and go up here. They keep mentioning AI though. Is this what they're talking about? CPU? Could this be something?
Well, I think the concept is something we come up with as well. That
how to decide.
A perfect AI character is going to be the most fun experience, probably, if you don't know it's AI.
Pitt, you already know. I'm part of the council. I'm the only American here from the ghetto.
Like you're growing and having a good time. So I think Harada's kind of touched on that. I think he's talking on the point and the rank. No, he is talking about AI. He said he's talked to IBM people before about this AI and maybe improvement on player experience as a result.
So taking all the different data, feeding the AI program, and
the IBM guy said, if you have enough data points, maybe that opens up the possibilities even more for something. But the need for real-time data
and everything,
and to compute it is kind of online is one of the big hurdles in doing that, because you have to get the data from both sides. The CPU or whatever you're using has to compute all that and then output it in real time, right? And that's something it's kind of hard to see how to actually implement it at this point, currently.
Yeah, he mentioned the person he talked to said there's not a lot of companies out.
This is not how you handle a round table, man.
But he's like, in the future, this could
what
be
the fuck is this?
Who we got now?
Shimburi now.
Shimburi-san, right? Oh, and they say no, maybe Mochie-san was talking more about how to more effectively match people using AI.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting idea, yeah.
Like, I seriously appreciate them. Like, all jokes aside, I seriously appreciate these guys doing a round table.
You know,
But,
kind of
like,
touched on that.
this is,
if you had an AI
like,
opponent that maybe you don't know it's AI,
doing
for
the round
someone who
table,
started
yeah.
out,
If you're
like,
a brand
this
new
is
player.
let
not
you
the
in,
way
and you
to
kind of
go
feel
about
good
it, man.
Your experience.
I mean, other games too. You know, you fight bots and stuff. And
Yeah, I've seen
I know,
that.
yeah, you fight a bot.
If someone
when you're
drops
low
out
level,
like
yeah, a bot
partway
will
or
come
something
in,
like
yeah.
that, or
This
not
is
enough
this is
players.
not even half-assed,
You know,
man.
FPS games have it, MOBAs have it.
This is all ass.
Fighting games don't have
This
that
is
yet.
all ass.
But yeah, developing that.
Y'all laughing, right? Y'all know this is all ass.
Because right now, still, you know, in fighting game CPU is still doesn't really feel too.
It's not
Doesn't feel like fighting
a
a
perfect
person.
replacement
Yeah.
for a person, yeah. So now we're saying that it has to feel really human.
Yeah, that's
for
what
the
I
routines
just
in
mentioned,
AI,
right? When you
right?
fight a
Yeah.
computer now, it feels like they're just doing random things, right? They're just doing random moves and stuff.
Cares about the computer.
Yeah, it's like 2008. He made an online game in China, and
Please.
Oh, but the player base soon realized it was
Oh.
AI and not
Yeah,
an
yeah.
opponent.
I mean that was a long time ago,
Oh my gosh. And
But,
then you guys are
the-
stuck, and this could have been a
The
beautiful
feedback from
question.
players was
And you guys turned it into something else.
because people really
That's
want to
horrible.
defeat,
Oh
real
my
humans.
You
gosh,
wanna feel like
AI.
you're
please,
a person, right?
man.
You feel like you want it. So are these guys? They're
You
coming
guys
out
could
saying
have been
that they're
talking
gonna
about
lie to the player
rank
base?
mode
Is
and
this
how
what
to
they're coming out and saying,
effectively
that in the
use
future,
it
you're
and
not
how
gonna
to
know if you're fighting
improve
some
on
like
it
Could
and
be,
how to
but
go about the online
Cyberpunk
infrastructure
how you enjoy
and
the game,
things
right?
like
If it has to
that,
be a
like
opponent, or
or
if you
switch
just want a really
between
exciting match, I guess it depends
hardcore
on the player's
aspects of the
expectation.
fighting games and casuals.
personal opinion.
Literally, each
That's what they're
question
saying at the
Well,
moment.
should
what they are saying overall,
literally
though, is a
dive
really
deep
important point is,
into
you
two
know, if
things:
you go back to
casually
just about AI
and
stuff, but
hardcore
it's about
aspects
always having an
of
opponent
of
to
fighting
fight,
game
right?
development.
That's the issue.
Do
is
it like
right now,
that.
if you're a new player,
That way
go
you
on,
please
there's no one for you to fight,
both
'cause everyone's either
audience.
they moved on or
It's
they're too
not
high level for you. So that's what this is coming out.
difficult.
I think Oko was just going back to the matching again, right?
Yeah.
Saying it's quite different depending on what platform you're on. And then he's touching on AI now. They're saying that debugging.
He's like, if they can keep making kind of advancements and progressions around like the
This
game
is
fighting game
crazy.
debugging area, then he's like, maybe having a good AI computer in the future could definitely be something.
Put your hand down. Put your hand down. Stop.
It's
Stop
kind of
fucking
hard
around,
to,
man. It's
to
my box. My
get
screen.
the point of what he's saying,
I
but
own this
I
shit.
think he's saying maybe I don't know if it's debugging to like take out bugs, but more. I think he's trying to say tuning, perhaps.
Yeah, like tuning the AI and just trying to make it so it feels that even if it's the strongest character and you beat him really easy, it's like that doesn't feel good. Like it's about keeping that level that's close. That,
So
like,
if a
it's
minute
supposed
in
to be
the
a
torch is
competitive
over.
match.
No, give us at least
We're
one
saying
good
we have some
question with a
people on
good
our team that
reply.
You might think they're AI the way they play.
They always do the same combo, the same punish, the same everything. It's
Yeah,
like,
dude. There's this dude STZ I
Yeah.
play often, and
What
I
is
feel that
this?
way
I mean,
sometimes.
Tekken is like that, right? That game is there's a lot of like.
I guess if
you
it's
play
gonna be
perfectly,
12
it's like
more
every time you
minutes,
block this, you're gonna do
right?
that
Like
punish.
at
Yeah,
least
it's
we
a
could
very
get to the
calculated
videos.
game.
How bad can the videos be?
Yeah, you have some players that try to.
How
optimize it
bad
heavily,
can the
but some people
videos
just throw away,
be?
like a 14 frame or whatever, right? They'll just be like, I'm gonna do only a 10 and 12 and a 15 or whatever.
You know that motherfucker sipping on some fucking sake. That's what he's sipping on.
He's like they.
Okay. What he's saying is kind of something I felt in real martial arts. He's saying like, if the higher up you get, you just don't do
You can't do
attacks
anything,
yourself, right?
yeah.
You wait for your
Yeah.
opponent and then you punish them or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what real martial arts are. You leave yourself
Yeah.
open if you do an attack.
He's
so-
100%
Computer's just
sipping
gonna
on
be
that
able to-
sake. You
if
already
attack,
know.
The computer's gonna be able to punish you every time. So he's like, at the high level, you end up just standing there and just waiting for them to jump an anti or something like
but
that.
if you play fighting games, I think everyone's experienced this at one point, where you have that opponent who doesn't come at you, right? They turtle.
But that's the human aspect, right? Is like you have to put in that surprise or something. You have to do that.
You ain't
random
miss
jump
jack
or
shit.
something. But if you fight against an AI that doesn't get surprised, it's not going to work like that.
Harada's coked out.
So they're talking about how making, if they design an AI that every time you get close, they're going to grab you and they're going to block you, you can just beat anybody, right? They can make a, like, if you look at like the old broken boss characters that are like perfect.
I think Harada was kind of picking on Oda-san about the SNK boss
The old
AI,
ones,
right?
yeah.
He's
They laughed
something
at
about
it.
genocide cutter.
This is
right?
not funny.
Rugal, I believe, right?
Genocide cutter right there. But SNK is known for that, right? The famous old bosses that are like perfect, right?
brutal,
they read every
right?
one of your inputs, right? They just murder
Who
you.
cares?
So
About
yeah,
the
we
computer?
want a program that we can, but that's not what they want. They want to make something that feels human.
Yeah.
Can we get our shit together? Just show the
I like
videos,
what
man.
Okubo's
Just
saying
show
here. So he
the
says
video.
Even without AI, though, there's still a lot of improvements we can make to the online matchmaking system.
Y'all see my
right?
window though? Look at my window. My window's nice. I like my place.
Sorry, Oda-san's
I got a
being
nice
realistic.
place.
He's saying,
I got a nice place.
there is a lot of optimal stuff you could do, but from business, when they're doing it, you have to kind of keep in
There goes my
cost to actually implement these things, and it's kind of a balance that
What if they
you
was
have
to
to
just be
take
like,
into effect if you're in the
all right,
position, man.
bye.
And then Harada's like, yeah, we should just like team up and try to share our
Yo!
stuff, right?
Capcom, why don't you give me some stuff?
What if they
So
just
he's
show
saying
us
he
like
can,
like
share some more data on what
like
he's
just a
learned about,
compiled video of
different
just like
rank
games
and
from the
player base and
90s,
stuff.
2000.
I've known, like, I've done work with Arika, and I remember
And then
talking
it just
to those
ended
guys,
off like
Harada
that?
Really,
No
Harada goes
announcements?
out. They said Mornington as well. They're
No
very, very
reveals, no
kind
nothing?
of proactive
Oof.
for developers, like talking with other companies, sharing and stuff. It's like he's not a very like
Oof.
secretive or protective guy. He's all about raising everybody up.
He's one of the only ones that can do it for many reasons, and he's exception, not in the rule.
So
Oh,
next
this could be
question
good.
here. So this is a very
Perceive
hot topic, at least in
simplification
the
of
West
fighting
right now.
games and
Yeah.
countermeasures.
Fighting games getting simplified and how to stop that or make it so that it's acceptable.
Who we got now?
Shimbori-san.
Shimbori-san?
Talk that shit, my man. Talk that shit.
So he's saying
Talk that
that
shit.
obviously we all have to gain a new player base with each new installment. That's one of the things that the company expects of us producers, right?
Can I get my libraries,
So it's
please?
like when you make
Just
a new game,
just
if
a
you
few
like
libraries,
whatever
please.
Dead or
Can I
Alive,
get my libraries?
4, and then you're gonna put out 5. It's like you need to get new people with 5, but then the people you have in 4, you need to keep them happy as
Exactly.
well. So that's why there's always this kind of.
And he's saying like,
Yeah.
how do you guys tackle
Yeah.
that? And
Yeah.
everyone's like quiet now. It's like
How do
that's
you
one of
do
the
it?
hardest parts
How
of our
do you
job,
do it?
right?
Yeah. Right? You can't just keep making the game for the same group of players, right? You need to. That's where the simplification comes from. So let's see. Nobody wants to give an answer.
Well, he just threw it to Ishiwatari-san, and Harada's like, you gave it to the most complex fighting game system, right?
Let me make money. Put your hand down. Put your hand down.
Goba-san's just saying he would like to know as well.
Yeah, I want to hear because he was talking about how Daisuke uses the
still.
arcade stick and his games are difficult. But Strive is coming out, right? Strive is a huge change.
Give me $1 million bucks.
So
Give me
Ishiwatari's
$1 million
just
bucks.
saying- Ishiwatari-san's just saying there's a difference between simple and easy, and they're not necessarily the same.
Yeah.
He's saying that obviously we want to make it easy to understand as the main objective, right? So whether that means, though, cutting out game
Yeah.
systems and things might not necessarily be one and the same, right?
They're gonna find out, right? Right. So he says they're still trying to figure out. So that's what the new game Strive is gonna be. They're changing things. So he's gonna find out if maybe cutting buttons out, cutting execution out, will this make it easier to understand the game, or is it some other things that are important here?
That's not the
So
issue.
he's just saying that you need a system that allows for player growth according to how much you practice, etc. But then it has to be kind of easy to understand
Yeah.
for new players that come in. So it doesn't mean it's easy, right? It means that it's easy to understand what you need to do, right?
And not just gameplay too. It's just like the looking and being able to understand, like just all the menus and UI and everything.
The tutorials.
But then if you can see, if new players can see what the game system's about and it's easy to understand, but at the same time it looks something like something that's awesome that you want to do yourself, then it doesn't really matter if it means cutting systems down or not. Maybe you don't need to do that.
Maybe you don't need
You're
it.
just
If
saying
it's
that's
fun,
not
if it's good.
the goal. That's just one method to try to achieve that, right?
If it's fun, it's good, and you can teach the player base, that will help them to grow and get into the world of the FGC.
Even as this Koei Tecmo, they're asking about Grand Blue, I think.
Don't need to simplify every single fighting game from here on out.
Like visibility and to be able to understand what's going on at a glance, right? So trying to attain that, but at the same time have some kind of depth
He was
via the
asking
game
Pachi,
systems, right?
So Pachi's going to talk about Grand Blue now, because Grand Blue has like the cooldown system. It's simple, it's easy to understand, but
adds depth to it apparently. He's saying he doesn't want to decrease, the inputs that make fighting games cool.
Yeah. So Grand Blue, you can do both. You can do the command input, or you can do the easy input.
So he's just saying if you could try to take both of those and
rather
maybe
than
somehow combine them into a cohesive system, right?
That's one way of doing it. That's actually one way of doing it.
I'll let you handle this one because you're more a Grand Blue dude.
Again, it's talking about simplification here. So he said, like you said, what happened if we get both? Rather than simplifying, let's just keep both options in there. So
yes!
Try to find a balance between the two.
Yes! Exactly! Have both in there. That's what Grand Blue does.
So I think he was talking about the little
2D,
mistake
3D,
here.
right?
Yeah, 2D, 3D, but talking the problem in fighting games about inputting your command and then not getting it out. I think in 3D games it's a little bit different, but in like a 2D game, like if you input a Dragon Punch and you don't get it, you just get a little jab kind of thing. So he was thinking that, that's part of the difficulty of a 2D fighting game is being able to put out those key moves in the key situations. So what was the point? What would the point of having a simple input in there? So he's saying, we're going to have the cooldown system so you can put it out whenever you want, but you have to choose the proper time.
Right.
Even though it's one button, the cooldown is heavier.
Has to be more intentional, right? Yeah.
The cooldown is heavier there.
Okay.
Finally, something.
So that's
and somebody a good question, and somebody and multiple people replying.
The command input, your cooldown is a little bit shorter here, but the easier one is a bit longer.
With logic and intelligence.
So now let's talk about the entrance.
Yeah, the getting into the game, right? So if you pick up a 2D fighting game, is that first gap of doing all the inputs and everything. So Harada's saying by having by putting in a simple inputs in Grand Blue, you can just get in, right? You can get in, and then the ceiling might be high, but the entrance is really wide open. So yeah, there's already so many people that have been playing fighting games for so long that there's so many godlike, really strong players that how can a brand new player just jump in right away?
I think he's saying that right that it's not just the input, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that
skill levels
you
and
can't
stuff.
overcome against a more experienced player.
But again, this is
different. Difficult.
This is not like an easy answer, right? There's no clear. Do we simplify the game? Will they get more people in there, or like how can we actually? I guess this is
I think
the
he's
same as
saying
before.
How do you get new player groups with experienced groups to be able to play on the same field, right? Which is difficult because part of the draw to practice in the games is to have that thing that you can keep with you that you're good at fighting games. I'm trying to think in English. It's not coming out like it does in Japanese.
Harada says like if something is simple, it doesn't mean that it's going to be good for it. Just because it's simple doesn't mean that new players are going to be able to play and do something
and
like
comprehend
that.
and understand
know
how to play.
the best timing against someone who's better than you, right?
Yes.
I gave an example of like fighting or FPS games that even if you're a brand new player, all you do is you just got to shoot somebody, right?
But
So
it's
you
all
know what to
about
do. Even if someone's better than you, you
positioning
can still get- if you
and
get,
knowing
like,
where
a
you
sneak
at,
attack,
location,
fighting
and
is not
working
like
with
that.
your team. Yes. Holy fuck. At least they know. At least they
But if we did
acknowledge
that on
it,
fighting
man.
games, it could be simple. You
It
could
doesn't.
have, like,
It
a
doesn't
1 or 2
come
hit kill,
easy.
right?
Like
But
it doesn't
is that
come
a good
easy
idea?
just because you simplify inputs and stuff like that. It doesn't come. It's still not
The
going to be
idea is
easy.
to try to
move them down.
design a
like,
gradual,
It's
you know,
fun at all
staircase.
levels.
At least
yeah,
they
right?
acknowledge
You
and they
start here,
know.
and then you keep going and keep going and keep going.
so that you get like really involved in the game, invested, I guess you'd say. So yes, it's cutting them off to go to the next topic because
This question is like a 3-hour discussion, right?
I did not mind. I did not mind
minutes, right?
that question, and that question being as long. I wish it was actually a little bit longer, but
So we got
finally
four?
they had a
So
question
I don't
Three,
think
maybe.
was it 3? I think
that
it was 4.
that
That's it for
challenged
the
their
discussion corner,
mind,
guys.
and they
we
were
ran out of time.
Yeah.
honestly they were
Legit.
able to answer it properly.
Ran out of time.
Wonder what the ones we missed were.
I don't know, but hopefully they'll do it again. Hopefully they'll talk more too, right? It's like 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes. It's kind of short, but we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I believe these guys are. I think Pachi-san
No
and
breaks?
Daisuke,
Are gonna
they
swap
said
out.
are
No
going
breaks!
to swap out.
No breaks.
They're gonna bring in someone
Hello?
else, Ozawa-san, I think.
Yeah,
But-
Elzazan, I believe, right?
Now I know there's a lot of people watching that are only here for the announcements.
Announcements.
Well, it's gonna start
Soon.
from now. Yeah,
Soon.
so hang in there.
So I think they're.
We're taking breaks. Yo, what
So
the
he's
fuck?
got Punch is talking about his Grand Blue Fantasy
Yeah.
stream they're gonna have
Next Saturday.
next Saturday, is it? And they might have something to talk about.
They might.
So if you're here
They're
for
gonna show off
Grand Blue
characters.
News, I don't think
Wait
it's
till
coming
next week,
today.
right?
I think it's gonna be next week. So he's not giving any answers. He's just saying next
It's
week.
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Just tune in next week.
I know some people might think that way.
I think this should happen
We'll
more
see.
though. I really think this should
maybe that's,
happen more.
Something to talk about next week.
To me, this
What
was
is that?
this
The
was
8th.
super
So next
important
week, August 8th.
because it allows
Is it
all the
8th?
developers
Yeah.
to come
Okay.
together to
August
talk.
8th. So
This
next
allows
Saturday,
them to interact
1 week
with
from today.
people.
Is
I wish it was
Einstein
more on an
also
interactive
kicking off
thing.
as well?
No, I think he's
I didn't
saying.
catch it.
Bye. See you.
So Daisuke is leaving as well, but he's saying, make sure you stick around to the end. Make
Yep.
sure you watch to the end. And I'm telling you to make sure you watch to the end and watch on Twitter as well.
Watch on
All right,
Twitter.
so guys, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back.
I guess not. Why does it sound so fucking low though? Yeah, please put up the sound. No, nobody wants to join that shit. Have y'all tried y'all online yourselves? Nobody wants to play that shit online. See, here we go. They're gonna show us bullshit. Y'all just showed us this. Oh, every game is gonna be online. Yo, what did I say, stream? What did I say? What did I say, stream? What if I just said this, stream? I just said it. Oh my god! I just said it. Holy fuck! Oh my gosh! Don't tell me they're gonna do this. Stream. Stream! Give me my libraries! Oh my god! You gotta be kidding me! Oh my, just give me fucking money so I can just make these fighting games and these tournaments myself. Just give me. Oh my god. Don't tell me that just fucking happened. Oh my god. Yo! They're gonna show us videos, but holy shit, did I not? Oh my god! You gotta be fucking shitting me, man. No way that just happened. I'm so mindfucked. I don't even oh my gosh, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me. No fucking way. Oh my god. Yo. They only have one tough question, and it was done not too bad, but my goodness, man. What the fuck? Library isn't. Listen, y'all think library is only for video games? y'all think library is only for video games? For fighting games? Nah. Hopefully they show us nice reveals, man. Please don't do us dirty. Please. Oh my gosh, man. Don't do us dirty. Because those questions was bad, man. Those replies were fucking bad. Please. Oh my gosh, man. I'm just so hoping. I'm just really hoping. Give me 1 second. Okay. I mean, I want more than just a DBFZ announcement. I want KOF 15. I know Street Fighter 6 is not gonna happen. Maybe like sometime, I don't know, something from Capcom, right? Something from Capcom. MVC 4? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I want all the developers that were there.
Okay, so welcome back, guys.
To give us something,
thank you
man.
for sticking around after the break. So this is going to be the second part of the round table, except discussions are, you know, we had a nice little 50 minutes of discussion now. The second out is going to be about some announcements, news, upcoming events like this. I know looking on Twitter, this is what a lot of people are here for, right?
The part you guys are waiting for,
yes.
right?
So here we see Ozawa. Ozawa up here is taking place of Arc System.
Yeah, Ozawa's on up there, second from the left, right?
Yo, stream, real shit. Would you guys like to see this more from me? YouTube and stream. Would you guys like to see this more from me? I did this with the PlayStation 4 experience, and we had like 150 people, but now we have almost 300. Is this something that you guys would love to see more, though? Like some real shit? Like for me to just, every time there's like announcements and stuff like that? I didn't expect, I thought I was going to have like 50 to 100, but you guys are really out here, man. I didn't expect this, man.
Or not.
All right, so just
I appreciate y'all being here, man. Thank you so much.
What is on, producer?
I wasn't part of the TV, right? Yo, Explicit, I miss you, dude. I hope you're good, man.
Zasan just joining from Arc System Works. The legend himself.
I appreciate y'all.
Nishitani-san from Arika.
Thank you for being here. Annoying viewer, if you haven't used that Twitch Prime, please use it. Or anybody that hasn't used that Twitch Prime. I appreciate y'all. Just Robin Hood, I love y'all too, man.
That we don't really see from that much from
Jake with it, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't see myself as an influencer. I just see myself as one of y'all, man. Real shit.
Sports, who does all the esports stuff in Japan here.
I like bugging the fuck out.
Obviously, Harada and Okubo, the two.
Y'all the best.
I don't know what you call it. He's the.
They better show us something though. That's the fuck I know.
Look,
man, they still playing with it.
Okubo is producer on Soul Calibur 6.
They still playing with it. Yo, Phil R with the gift is up. I appreciate that. Yo, I think we're
Well, yeah.
Damn, I can't see my subs, but I think we're not too far away from 2,100. We're kind of close.
Be in that good spot, you know.
Kind of close.
So now Shimbori-san's going to go first, I believe.
Yeah, Shimbori's speaking now, right?
I'm hoping they show us something good, man. Please.
Okay. But yeah, first of all, they thanked everybody.
I can't believe I did some library shit, and they actually did what I said they were gonna do. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe that. That was crazy.
Saying that the player base is expanding.
Yeah,
you got to replace the exit screen?
This year.
Oh, shit.
He's saying that it's doing quite well.
They're like, why are you talking
He
like
looks
that?
surprised, yeah.
Like, why is he's saying good news? It's like, why? I was like, why are you talking like that? Come on, man. So
He's saying he hasn't brought anything huge today, but but they already have like a kind of free-to-play version with DOS.
Oh, you can't see, we can't.
I think people
There we
already
go,
know
the
this,
whack
but-
shit.
So this is saying 3 million downloads, right?
10,000, 100,000, 3
Yeah,
million.
3 million,
yes.
3 million.
Dude, I've been here 10 years. I still can't do the numbers. 3
Dude,
million.
This
I've
game-
been doing
this
some
game
budgets and stuff.
was literally,
I use the tab.
no offense, guys. This shit was dead on arrival.
Dead or alive, like they
And
mentioned,
that's
like, cute
because
girls, a lot of cute
you
girls.
guys,
can give it a try
you
for
guys
right here.
charge so much for fucking costumes
So,
and skins.
I don't know what
I
the
mean, I hope
terminology here-
that the community
Core
is thriving
Fighters
off of
version
it,
is on
but like,
Xbox One and Steam,
this
and
game
then,
died a lot faster than Dead or
Free-to-Play
Alive
is on
5, man.
PlayStation 4, it looks
Or
like.
probably just naming things.
This
but I
shit
think
was
it's
dead
the
on
same
arrival
thing.
for real. I hate to say it like
So
that,
even though it's free to play,
but
you
the
can
way they
get
handled the
full
game
training mode and
was
everything.
terrible, man.
You can practice.
So you get the base game for free, and then you kind of
Yeah, you
buy
kind of
the
pay
characters
for
to
it.
do
Nah.
play,
You
right?
can buy skins.
You got
too.
Tekken.
He's
You
like,
got
know,
Tekken.
can
You guys
get
cannot
like
put out a
4
game like
play 4
this
characters at
when
the start.
Tekken 7
But
exists.
he's like, you can
You had to
try
be
and
on
you
your
can just
S
support us.
plus
If you don't buy
game,
the full game,
not
you
even your
can
A
support us with
game.
skins and
You had to
things
be on
like
your
that.
S plus. Tekken 7 has been growing as it gets older.
You're saying that
That
in
is
America,
such
you
a
can
rare
just download the
thing,
game for free,
especially for a 3D
purchase
fighting
only
game,
the
and you guys
characters
came out with this
You
shit?
know, the pro players
Nah.
talk about like, oh, you
Nah,
can
man.
have every character
Nah,
in training
unacceptable.
mode, but if you don't want to play training
Somebody
mode,
say,
you
yeah,
can go online
$90
and
season
you
pass.
just buy them and
Yeah,
go.
You paying more than you
Like
pay
this,
for a
like
game.
their own goals that they want to achieve. So
No way, no
they have a
way.
wide variety of different.
No way that you come out with a game like
But they
this,
wanna
man.
expand
I
the
feel
base
sorry
even
for
more,
the
so
Dead or Alive
check it out.
community.
Even more.
Because I know
So
that they
again, just
actually
that
support the
please
game and
come
stuff
out.
like that, but to be overcharged and the game
He
not
seems
even
very
being as
not
exciting
confident.
as fun, like from the complaints that I've
I'm
seen.
just thinking SNK.
Yeah. Thank you. SNK has the
5 is your favorite.
collab characters
Dead or
and stuff.
Alive is your favorite fighting
So here's our next
game from the
slide.
series. That's what I
This is
hear.
a summer sale
That
going
people
on,
love
I
5, but
believe,
6, you
from
barely
the 5th
see
through the
anybody
18th,
touching
I
the
believe there's
game.
Japanese times as well, right?
This game
Like 40
literally,
now.
literally died on arrival, man.
Pretty big, right? 65%
Coming up, right?
off there. Season pass 1, 2. They have 4 season passes. 30% off, 20, 10, 10, 65, 65. So yeah, if you are, if you're already a Dead or Alive fan, you wanted to get it on a different platform or something, like now is the time right now. If you're not sure, get the free version first.
I think he's mentioned that Season Pass 1 is the one that includes Shiranui Mai and the
Yeah.
SNK characters,
See it
right?
right here. It looks like Season
And
Pass 2
Harada
is
is
the summer.
mentioning that Capcom doesn't get paid a cent when people play Goki in our game.
And I
or,
understand the whole
Akuma,
free-to-play thing, right?
but we,
It's so
but
that
we
way
need some-
people can
some,
get into
what
it,
do you call it?
play it without the risk
Man,
of
he's gonna say this stuff on
paying
stream,
for
huh?
it
He just says
and
he's
them
not-
not
he's
liking
not
it.
on,
Okay.
But the
Damn
problem
secret.
is, look at what they result
Just to our
to.
corporate offers,
Oh,
I
let's
didn't say
charge
that. I'm just
$90 for the
translating
season
what
pass.
they're
Let's
out.
charge this amount, like crazy amount of money.
So on the bottom right,
Season
And
Pass
they're
4.
selling skins and costumes for an absurd amount of money.
so the latest character Tamaki is included.
Tamaki, yeah. I think
Shiza,
they go with
you ain't
the
missing much,
green-
man. To be
greenish
honest
hair.
with you, you ain't missing
She's
much.
quite popular, so he hopes to check her out.
Mhm.
What? We got
The
he's got something else.
Can
Said
you get
turn
rid
off
of
the
the
slide.
slide?
What? He's gonna do a Harada thing?
He's like, I wonder
Can
if
you
you can
see?
see this. I think that's Tamaki.
He's talking about the arcade version in Japan, right?
Yeah, hold it up. Hold it up. Yeah, like, hold it up.
No idea, dude.
Dude, bring it to the screen.
Oh, cool. The way that blur works is pretty interesting.
That definitely was not intentional.
Is this the new
That's
character?
actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
That was actually
And
pretty
look down
cool.
here, we got look at Harada.
I wonder who that is. That's the famous Itagaki-san, right?
Itagaki-san, the old Team Ninja guy.
Wow.
Him and Harada
Son,
got
this,
some
yo,
rivalry,
stream.
right?
Don't tell me I'm gonna library this shit the
Well,
fuck
they-
out
no,
fully.
They used to.
I want to be
Until
wrong
Itagaki-san
here.
found
I
out
want
they
to.
were
I'm
both from the
already
same
like
university.
75% correct on everything that I said.
And Itagaki-san is a senpai.
Don't make it
Totally
100,
changed the
man.
whole dynamic, right?
Don't let this be for nothing.
It's like, he used to be Harada-san, now it's like, oh, Harada.
I know
So-
Arxis, Bandai, Cap. Y'all gonna come with some fire. Y'all gonna come with some heat. Y'all gonna come with some heat, right?
So it looks like soon Tamaki will be in the arcade. You know, she'll be added to the arcade soon.
So you're saying that, yeah. So the people who are waiting to see this character in the arcades,
Yeah.
it should be soon.
Yeah. This definitely was not
Harada's
intentional.
like pulling this. What?
Yeah, so this is this is mainly a Japan discussion about the arcades. Arcades are closed for a good 2 months or so, but they're reopened now.
Yeah.
They're reopened now, so there are interesting.
Well, it depends
enough,
on where you
yeah.
are too, right? Like Tokyo or out in the countryside.
There are some people in Japan that are arcade only, believe it or not.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's like
Master Cup is like a sampling of that,
yeah,
right?
arcade only. I don't play console,
Yo,
so
this is going nowhere.
that's our other boss.
Like, this round table should have been S-class. You have the developers from our favorite fighting game franchises.
Wednesday is when they're going to
Arcades and
update.
they
Yeah.
And this is not cool. This
Which
is
applies
not
to any of you guys in
fun.
Japan, I suppose, right?
時間的に早く行き過ぎるともしかしたらまだ配信
But if you go too early to the arcade, it might not be released yet.
Yeah, on Wednesday, right?
It takes time, dude.
Yeah,
It's so
to get the
crazy
update,
now.
upload everything. Yeah. But it will be Wednesday. But that's it for Koi Tecmo. So next is
Who? Who we got?
Harada.
Yo, Dead or Alive.
Yes,
That was your chance to come out with some heat. And y'all came out with discount prices for a discount game. Get that shit out of here, man. Come back when y'all got some better shit.
告知させていただけたらと思います。最初のフリップ。
So he's
What the
got
fuck?
something to share with you guys.
Y'all already showed us this, man.
Character that was just announced, right? They just said,
Kosondi?
yeah.
That's the Japanese read. I don't know what it is in English, right?
How about y'all give y'all players a better net code?
Collaboration character. This
Do
is
that.
for Sam Spirits, Sam Show. You
Yeah.
call it in English, right?
Honor. I believe the game is called Honor of Kings.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He just said her name in the Chinese pronunciation, and everyone's laughing like, man, you sounded like a native Chinese speaker, man.
He's
He
getting good
had
at
to.
that.
I mean,
huh?
if he had to go to Tencent, if he had to go out to China and do it, he'd have to like get the pronunciation, everything
Right.
going. But she's free. She's free. So if you guys, I'm sure if you're a Sam Show fan, you probably already are aware of this, but you can just download her and play from the 6 there. The next slide.
Next slide, please.
Ta-da!
Season Pass 3.
Yeah, this is good.
Development is decided.
Decided. So
Yeah.
it's right? So they.
Okay, that's cool.
announced-
Season
To
3.
go.
Yeah.
To go. Yep. This is the first time they're announcing that,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So season 2 came out. You have all the.
That means they're doing
characters,
good. If there's a
but
season
they're still
3,
going, so
they're
Samurai
doing
Series
good.
is still going. Samurai Showdown.
That's cool. That's
in the
good
West.
for the community.
So now
That's good.
it's time for you guys to
That's
go on
good.
Twitter and then spam them with whatever DLC.
Because Dead or
content you
Alive
want.
6, they
I'm just
came
saying
out
that
with,
we're
hey,
not
we got
gonna touch
discount
on details
prices.
today, but please look forward to info.
Like,
coming
no.
soon.
That's not what you fucking swinging for the fences and got 3 strikes. This is good.
They're like,
And you're just talking about the pace of the development is quite fast. The new character
Yeah, they had
being
Warden,
announced, and
so-
then now Season
Yeah.
Pass 3.
June. So in June, the end of June, they put in Warden, the new character, and now you have the new Honor of Kings character, and now you have season 3. So they're like, you guys are getting a lot
Cranking
of
it
info.
out,
Yeah.
right?
な
かなりのペースでやることは間違いないですよね。
Yeah, everyone's just really surprised at the pace of the development there, right?
だって
What tournament you talking about, Scamby?
そうしてるわけじゃないですか。
Your Gogeta?
Oh, he's saying these two are
playing too much shit.
actually streaming from SNK
Yep.
office
Yeah. You see in the background.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's good. They got a season 3. That means that SNK is
Murata no
doing
Pro
good
at home.
with the
He's like,
game
"We're at
because obviously if they wasn't doing good, they would not even do a season 3. Yo, 300 viewers.
They made
My
them
goodness.
wear
Thank
the
you
new
so much,
Zeo
guys.
t-shirts too, probably,
Holy
right?
fuck. That's a lot of
He's
viewers,
saying
man. I
the
did not
company's
expect
pretty,
that. I appreciate
pretty
y'all.
tight run
Real shit,
ship.
though. That's good.
Oh,
I just wish that they could address the issues of the online. The community been asking for it. They should be blessing that community, man, with better netcode, man.
So this is the MC
Yeah, he's
asking a
got a
question,
question.
right? Sam Show.
Okay.
But there's another franchise that everyone
Don't
knew
do
that
it.
don't do it. What?
Please. Please.
I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not saying anything until they say it.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
He's asking,
Please.
is there anything you
Please,
can touch
please,
on for
please.
that?
He's like, there's another game. There's another series.
Please. Let me see that. Let me see that KOF.
Under the
Yeah.
desk, right? He's like, come to
He's
get
like-
this dude.
And it better not look like trash. Y'all know better now. The game was fun though. I like KOF 14, but you can't sell when the shit is looking ugly.
He's saying that not from an MC perspective, but from a fanboy.
Yeah, Fui is a fighting game player.
Yeah, I
guys.
don't think this was on script.
I mean
either,
15,
right?
yeah, KOF 15. I said what I said 13.
Yeah,
14 14 looked bad, but it was a fun game. 15 has to look good,
Said
man,
that thing is,
and it has to play good.
In development on floor above me.
ちょっとね、
Please, man. I actually like
They said
KOF
the
a
name.
lot,
I
man.
won't say the name
I
of the
love
name of the
KOF 13, and I like KOF 14 a lot. But the online for
they didn't
KOF
have
14 wasn't
anything
good,
to time
and
to
not only
show
was it
for
not good,
this
but
timing,
KOF
but
14
they have
just
something
didn't
they're
look good,
considering,
and that
soon.
doesn't appeal
Just
to
to make it,
players.
for this-
But if you
this,
guys can do
stream.
both,
Whatever game
like
that
what
is,
y'all
I
did
have
for
no
KOF
idea
13
what
and
they're
how y'all
talking
had
about.
a flock of people playing that game,
Yeah,
that could
that's
work
it.
out,
They
man.
couldn't show any
That could
new
work
news
out.
today, but they said very soon in a little
What?
bit they want to show you.
Hey, Harada's now just asking for geese permanently in Tekken.
Can I just have it?
And Oda-san said, okay, I'll try to get a higher position in the company and try to make that happen. Yeah, I'll do anything I can to help. Oda-san's a super cool guy.
All right, next.
Next maker, publisher. Who we got? Capcom-san.
Okay.
We got Matsumoto-san here.
So they said soon, but damn,
Who's the
man.
producer, right? About Street Fighter 5. He wants to touch on
Yeah.
some things.
Yeah,
So they just announced. I mean, they might talk about it here, but we'll see.
So next slide, please.
Okay.
Again, this is the 5th year of
Yeah.
online operations.
This has been going on, right? So this sale is already on the summer
Until
sale.
the 4th,
yeah,
right?
until the 4th. So if you want it now, it's the time. 25% off.
They're not gonna announce any characters.
This is a champion edition.
Kenny
too,
Omega's
so
gonna be the
this
one
is
to
kind of
announce
the
the characters,
complete
so they're not
version
gonna do
now.
it here.
Stages
Yeah,
and costumes.
Look, 40
Yeah.
characters, 200 costumes, 34 stages.
Capcom might not show anything.
That's pretty good deal right there. So until the 4th, right? So please, if you guys are
Hurry if
interested,
you, have,
hurry
if you don't
up.
have
Yeah.
it already. Yeah.
Yo, Prodigy, they're not gonna show.
So this
okay.
says a demo
Yeah.
version, right?
I think this was announced before too, but from the 5th, they're gonna same thing we saw with Koei Tecmo. It's a free-to-play version right here. So
Wow.
a demo version with all 40 characters, right? That's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
So he's
That's
like,
pretty
if you're
cool.
interested in Street Fighter but you've never tried it before, you can just try, you can touch the game, feel if you like it or not, for free, starting on the 5th.
That's not bad.
Wow.
That's a good way to get people into
Right,
a
it's
game
crazy.
that is.
Yeah, see, I
Yeah.
was wondering this.
Yeah.
Is there a end date to it? What did he say?
He's like,
There is.
but
About 2 weeks.
that's still really good.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks for people to play for free.
with the
That's
whole
great.
cast.
That is really great. I think
It's
it might be a
crazy,
little
even
too
if you have
long,
the game
but
already, you know, you didn't
2
get the
weeks
DLC, you want to try a
gives
character and
people
see if you like
pl-
them,
yeah,
now's
it
a
gives
great time.
people
You can,
plenty of
get
time.
involved.
Yeah, dude.
That's-
or if
that's
you want
a-
friend
that's a
to
great
pick
thing
it
from
up,
Capcom. That's
a really
actually a
easy
good
way for them to
announcement.
do that.
For the casuals and to get people more involved, to do it for free for 2 weeks.
So Harada's just saying.
It's a
well,
little
I don't
ballsy,
think
to be
there's
honest with you,
anyone
for a
out there that's
corporation.
wondering What is Street Fighter? Right?
That's kind of
I
crazy.
don't know. It's only been around for what?
That's
30,
actually
30
pretty
plus years,
cool.
some-
To allow people to play all 40 characters, the
Not
full game for free for 2 weeks.
He's like,
Breathes
there's a
fire
guy
and
with
has stretchy arms, right?
and breathes fire from India.
Because you give them
You should
enough
give the game a
time to
try.
learn the game, and then you take it away when they become an addict.
Wow.
So they're like, I need
said they're
more.
ready. Be someone like that.
I gotta buy this
Maybe
game.
Not
in
Dawson,
the
but
game.
I think that's
That doesn't know about Street
that's
Fighter.
And there's another side
good
here.
shit. Can I get in a cup, please? I think that's
Sports
kind of good
info.
shit. That's actually good
So
shit.
this is the this weekend. This is in what?
That's a good
Central
announcement,
America,
guys.
Latin America.
Even
It's
though
happening
it
last
doesn't
week they're
progress
saying
us
they
as
got
the
the
people
one
that
on
already
ice.
know about the
I
game,
That was a huge thing.
but it helps
So,
to engage
this week they're
with
they're
casuals
doing it.
and new players
They're gonna
alike,
stream
and I
it,
think
right?
that's a
There's
great
stream
thing.
right here.
I
They're
think
gonna
that's a
stream it
great
on
thing.
Capcom
That's one of the
Fighters
best
JP channel.
announcements
Again, this is for the
in the
Japanese
in this
you guys
fucking
watching right now,
broadcast.
English stream, I believe, is just on Capcom Fighters there.
That's a
But
good
this
thing.
weekend's another tournament.
Totally unexpected.
So he's
Totally
touching on
good.
this, and we saw it with Daigo, right?
Yep.
Is that if you win it, you get a place in the.
That's what I said. I
finals.
think it's too
Different from
generous,
the
but
point system.
you know what? They got
before
faith in
now, it's
themselves,
just
so
winner
fuck it. And that's
qualifies.
great for the community.
And this is like, I don't think there's a whole lot of the tournaments.
It's
in Central
temporary
America,
money
right?
machine,
So
but
it's
it's still
extra
very
chance
generous,
They
and-
have a
dude.
really
2
strong
weeks.
scene out there. Yeah. See.
That is definitely
He's
very
touching
generous,
on
man.
Players from Mexico, maybe,
Yeah.
and Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Some people that maybe you don't see quite often that are quite strong. It's a good,
Thank
good
you.
opportunity to check that out.
Yeah. So everyone, please watch.
This
Please
feels
watch, please
weird,
watch.
me like being PR for Capcom, right?
Welcome to being a commentator.
But we're all in the same boat here, right? SFL.
Okay, and this is again another. This is mainly
Street
only
Fighter
for
League.
Japan. So sorry, you guys overseas. But if you're a fan, you could still watch it on the Capcom Fighters JP channel.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if
EB,
it's
you
gonna
got to
have
remember,
English stream.
Overwatch is a game that sold like 20, 30 million. They made
The Street Fighter
billions
League
of
in Japan
dollars.
is really
Billions.
developed. They
in a
they do all
beautiful
sorts of
position, dude.
qualifications, all sorts of different tournaments right now. So this is a preseason open qualifier. So you like win the qualifier, so you didn't qualify for stage 2.
I'm just drinking blue
There's like
Gatorade.
5 or 6 stages. It's pretty wild. But there will be a stream happening next weekend. So again, if you want more,
Wow, they got
Under
some
22.
interesting rules though. Yeah,
Yeah.
under 22, it's open.
Mhm.
And he was even mentioned that there's even some Japanese talent, I think, that take place. People who are known for playing the game.
That's been really big, especially for, I would say, Street Fighter out here, is that they get a lot of, talent.
Overwatch
TV
2 is gonna bring in a
hosts,
lot of
comedians,
people. It's gonna bring in a
models
lot of
playing the
eyes.
game and stuff like
They're
that.
trying to change that game dramatically.
And this is a 3-on-3
Overwatch
format,
2?
I think he was mentioning earlier, right?
They're trying to make some big changes, but right now we're not
Last
talking
one.
about that. We're talking
Next
about some
slide.
fighting
I think
games.
this is
Summer
yeah,
update.
So this is I know a lot of people were expecting I
Today,
saw on
right?
Twitter they wanted announcements and things, but Capcom has its own show,
Event.
its own announcement show where they're going to give reveals. They already said they're going to show new characters, the new season. So that's going to be next week. They actually have Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's
I
going to
didn't
be
know
the host.
Kenny's
Yeah,
doing
Kenny's
that.
hosting
Like I
that.
told you, Kenny Omega is gonna be the one to
So again,
announce
sorry
everything.
If you are a Street Fighter fan watching today, you have to wait one
I already
more
knew
week, one more
Capcom.
week,
The fact that
and this is gonna
Capcom
be
brought
their
that out,
official
I thought that was
update
pretty cool.
Now, obviously,
I would
this,
love for them to
2 a.m.
announce
is for
a new
Japan.
game, but
It's
I don't
everything
think that's gonna
prime
happen.
time.
It's prime time for the dudes out in the West there. But they're showing a lot. It says special guest, but it already got announced. It's Kenny.
I hope you're not like.
Hey, I was on Twitter. Unless Kenny deleted it, I don't know. It was on Twitter. I saw the tweet.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Mhm.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah. They
So
announced it.
Matsumoto-san said it.
Yeah, he's like, they already said it. They already said it. Yeah.
You're saved. You're
Yeah. He's like, you didn't update.
You're not
Harada's
gonna
like,
get canceled.
Harada's like, you didn't update the slide. What's going on? But Kenny, of course, big Street Fighter fan, so he's a player. So it's a good match there.
このやり取りするのに LINE のグループ作ったんですけど
Yo, everybody's putting sleep emotes. My
So
goodness,
he
man.
was. Oko mentioned that we have a line group of all the publishers that we use. to
Yo, they are
coordinate
putting
this.
some sleep.
And,
Yo, the
Shinbori
chat
San's icon was
is
Kenny
sleep
Omega. I didn't know
emo.
that.
From Koei Tech.
Wow.
My goodness,
Okay.
no
Kenny, you
English.
gotta get,
Sleep
get Captain
emotes.
Dead or Alive.
I wonder how that'll.
I don't
that'll be
blame him,
interesting.
man. This is not overall.
It's a
This is
graphic
not
game.
appealing. Even that announcement that I
But
think
yeah,
is good.
Again,
But I know
please-
realistically
please
that's
don't
not
get
that's
angry.
not what the
Please
people
don't
want, man.
Go crazy. Just one more week. One
Relax.
more week. This has been planned.
Imagine-
for a while, so
imagine
they can't just
having
be
a
like,
stadium-
"Alright, let's just show everything
Scrap
today."
it,
Yeah.
Having the audience come
It looks
because
like
you
they're
have
gonna do a
all
lot of
these
details, too,
stars,
so
right?
look
You have
forward to that.
all of these
And just
stars,
mention to the Japanese people that they're going
In
to
the
do an
stadium.
archive in case you can't tune at 2 a.m.
and
so
everybody's striking out.
Brian's saying he's up, so no problem.
Everybody's striking out. It's just not
Street
fun.
Fighter actually has been when they do these reveals, they've been just showing everything. They've
Because to
been,
me,
like, the whole
I'm gonna
season,
keep
these
it
all
real.
characters
Baseball to
coming
me
out.
is sleepy as
That's one
fuck
lump you
Yeah,
made.
until
give a
people
lot
start
of
hitting the ball.
details at the same time. So,
But if
if you're a
nobody's
Street
hitting the
Fighter fan, if you're a
ball,
player, this should be very exciting.
this shit is boring.
I'm glad, man. The more fighting games they're doing,
And that's
well,
what's
you know,
exactly
the-
what's
the
happening
best
right now.
scenes,
We've
yeah.
seen a bunch of strikeouts. Baseball is lit when we see home runs and
sure it's not gonna leak as stuff
and
often
good
does.
catches and stuff like that, or somebody getting gunned, right?
Comments again.
But baseball,
well, you know, we're pretty close
on a base level, is boring as shit.
Be in LA
It's
for a
too much
show
standing
or some
still.
Kind of sports event where we're all on Twitter.
No
making sure
constant
nothing leaks.
action.
And Ono-san was always the first one to be like,
It's boring.
Yesterday, so we had rehearsal yesterday, guys, and they showed some of the reveals. So
I'm just being real, and right now this is baseball. This is looking like baseball.
Our world first.
This shit is not looking like football
Nor
nor basketball.
Everything, right?
at home getting yelled at by our wives because we're looking at our phones. but
I
it's not
honestly
like
like
we're just scrolling
tennis
through
more.
Stuff. It's like, please don't.
They're
do
on
stuff.
their golf
Please
slash
don't.
baseball shit right now.
All
They're
right,
both
Captain
boring.
James, 1 week, just hang in there, guys, to get all your information on the 6th.
Oh man.
Who's up next? We
Yeah,
got Arika-san
who's
and
next?
us.
Who's
Arceus
next?
Bandai.
Oh, okay. Who's next?
Arika-san next, probably, right?
Why did he sound like that?
Arisa-san, here we
Who's
go.
next?
So they've been doing.
You ain't missed anything.
Kind of changing Fighting X Slayer. They've been making a beta, but they also are making a new game. I wonder.
Fighting X Slayer.
Fucking Michael E40.
2 years from release. Towards the end, they haven't changed much.
Yeah, they never
Recently,
update the game.
They're doing beta tests and online tests.
It's a big change too. If you guys haven't been following along,
Y'all know who E40
really
is?
kind of revamped the entire game engine.
Oh,
And
man.
PlayStation on Steam, you can kind of download and try it. So it's super fresh, right? If you played it on release and then you try this new beta, it's like a completely different game. So give it a try. Then they're also, I don't know if we can say, but they've been working on different.
Yo, damn, this is just a bunch of strikeouts.
When this thing is over, they're going to show something new. But they've also been working on the online
What?
connectivity, is what I will say.
That's what he was touching on, right? He said that he thinks it feels pretty
We
good.
don't know,
Yeah.
money.
They've
We don't
been
know.
pushing, rollback, right?
E40 is hilarious, though,
Sponsored
yes.
by, or inspired by the West. So
He
they've
has
really
his
been
own
pushing it in
slang,
their-
his own
their game right
dictionary.
there.
対戦前に。
そうですそうですそうです。ああいう機能を入れていこうかなとか、あとですね、ちょっと時期は未定なんですけども、
So,
Steam 版
to be decided when, but
I'm glad we're doing this together, though,
Steam
stream.
version, they're gonna.
I'm
add a
glad we're
screen
doing this
to,
together, because my goodness,
allow you
man,
to
what the fuck
select
is
skins.
this?
Yeah,
Character skins?
this character skin and stuff, right? So this
I've been
company,
recording for an
if you
hour
look
and
at all
30
these other
minutes.
companies here, they're all
And
massive,
only
right?
an
They're
hour,
huge
only 5 minutes of
conglomerate.
it is
They have
actually
other games
worthy.
outside of that. Eureka's
Which was
very,
that
very,
one
very small.
question.
It's just a small group of
The hour and 25
citizen
minutes has been
developers, so-
kind of
Very passionate, though.
Yeah.
dull.
いや、スキンを選択できる枠があるよっていうのと、あと Steam 版だけです。
Yo, Zenon, that's what I said. I'm super
It's important that You
surprised.
can select the skins,
I'm like,
but
shit, I just
the
need to
feature,
do real
specific
talk
to
shit,
Steam
man.
version at the moment.
That's what I need to
He's
do. I need
hinting
to
that
just stop
there's-
playing
I think
video
he's
games.
hinting
You
that
guys don't
there's
like
stuff
watching me
that
play
are
video
coming,
games.
so he's
You guys
saying,
like watching me
all
talk.
I'm going to say is this and this, and then like you kind of deduct make
Yeah,
a conclusion
stuff.
on your own, right? Harada figured out. I didn't figure out. Maybe they're gonna add.
The
more
good part
skins,
was
I
that,
don't
damn,
know,
I
more
can't even
guest
see
characters,
that.
who knows?
I can't even
'Cause
see
right
that.
now
Yo,
we're
a lot
seeing
of followers, too. Holy shit. Thank you so much, guys.
で、その辺はまあ弊社見張り
I'm trying my best to keep this as entertaining as possible.
Follow me.
It was the question about, damn, I even forgot that, man. It was a good question, though, and it was a good answer.
The guy to follow.
Yeah. Mihara-san he tweets in English too a little bit as well.
プレイの
This shit, man.
He's saying that they're testing.
Overwatch time?
Yeah.
います。ただね
I don't. I might play a little bit of Dragon Ball, to be honest. That's what the game I have
Yeah,
on
so
now.
The team's not that big.
やってますんで、
Yeah.
It's just
That's the thing about Eureka.
Just to
is
show
their
you real
team is
quick.
very, very small,
See?
very small company, but I think that gives them freedom to kind of try out more stuff. So they're trying to implement rollback. They're trying to implement crossplay in their games and stuff. They're trying to listen to the fans and put everything in.
PS4 版がセール中なんですよ。
You
And also,
guys
the PlayStation 4 version right
are
now
talking
is
about what y'all
75%
talked
off,
about
so
an
75%
hour
off.
ago. No fucking way. Shut up
1200 about
and
$10
show us
or so.
videos.
So
You had your time.
Support them out.
Don't do this now.
Without this man right here, without Nishitani,
That's
there probably
crazy.
wouldn't be this conference right now, right?
4日まで4日まで
That's crazy.
Creator Street Fighter 2.
So it's going on until the 4th as well.
Yeah, so just three
Lot
days.
of
Yo, what is
fighting
this?
stuff going on, huh?
What kind of round table is this?
ぜひその後デッドライブを
And please
That's
play
crazy.
Dead or Alive as well.
No, they did. So SNK has a collab character, and Terry Bogard is a collab character in there. So it's like, hey, let's get some collab characters with
Yeah,
with Dead or
Terry, man.
Alive.
These are my
Let's put some of
favorites.
them in
It's a
there.
whack table.
ファイター5の体験版も8月5日でしたよね、確か。
And then Capcom-san talking about the Street Fighter 5 demo as well until about that
Yo,
time.
this is not even an
And
announcement.
we also have sales on our games going on as well, so please check those out if you haven't bought it yet.
Oh
Both Soul Calibur and Tekken.
What is this?
All right, I think maybe the Twitter monsters and the stream monsters, right? Be like, come on, you hyped up big announcements. Like, what's going on?
This shit
Please
has
wait,
been
please
lackluster.
So now we have 2 left, right? Bandai Namco and Arc System
Arc
Works.
says these are the last 2
So you're
stream.
saying Tori isn't a bird. in the sense
Oh
that
my
he's like the
gosh,
last
this might be
spot
that.
on
This might be
presentation.
the full
So we're going
library.
first, and Arc is gonna go last.
Please, man,
It's kind
don't
of
do this to
prestigious.
us. Don't.
And
Harada's like, I know you got some good news.
one is saying like, actually our European office is the publisher for their game for Strive. So with that in mind as well,
Yeah,
you get the
well.
prestigious last place.
It's up to Arxis and Bandai, man.
Just raising the
Yeah,
hurdle
I
there.
got a lot of expectations now, right? Harada just said that Arxis has big announcements, so we got a lot of expectations. So Bandai Namco first.
So we're going first. I believe Okubo's up first with Soul Calibur stuff. So we'll see what he has, which I already know, obviously.
When the trailers talk, we just gotta be quiet. I don't wanna do reaction videos here.
So first off, he's mentioned, and you probably saw the footage during the interval, but PlayStation's doing their tournament feature for Soul Calibur
Yep.
as well.
Where'd Harada go?
And Sony made that footage.
Harada's up to something. He's up to something.
It was only Harumaru. Pretty much. So maybe Oda-san and Kuroki-san will be happy with that. We're very glad that you approved it so quickly. Thank you very much.
He's like, that's not even a Soul Calibur character. Like, come on, man.
This roundtable has been brought to you by Bum1six3. Thanks for entertaining us, Bum.
No problem. My goodness. No problem. Oh my goodness.
It wasn't one of the topics, but because of the COVID situation, the season pass development was obviously impacted.
Sheesh.
So there were some hard things to
That
mention,
message.
but- And also, like for example, you know, when we develop our games, we have our battle team balance test it right.
Yeah.
And you have to actually be in the same
Yeah,
room
still
for that
talking.
kind of things. And
It's not just balancing too,
hard.
like, you know, like beta.
Stop
and
talking.
having players out there, you can't do that.
Show
in this-
something.
This landscape. But they said finally they're going
We
to be
have
able
something
to
to
announce
show.
something.
Check it out. Here we go.
Thank you. Sing one more character.
There we go. So finally, got some big announcement there. So I know those guys on social media are happy, right? Because we were tagged in the tweet, and it was like every day, like 40 messages, like put in Setsuka, give me.
So that was
Setsuka,
from
where's Setsuka?
Bandai?
There, you got it.
So we're definitely gonna see Dragon Ball character? Dragon Ball Fighters?
Character.
Because it's not gonna. It's either gonna be Guilty Gear or Dragon Ball Fighters. There's not gonna be no other game.
No, I believe the Tekken costumes are part of the DLC. So there's 2. There's DLC 11
Let's
and
see.
12. 11 being the character and 12 being the customization items. So
the stage and the update. So the balance patch is coming out in what? 3 days?
There's only
That's
2
all gonna be
announcements
pretty
left
big
from
as the
Bandai, so
stage
there could
and
be
everything.
a Tekken 7 announcement,
Let's see.
and then Arxis has their announcements, which could be both Guilty Gear and
saying
Dragon
that a lot of
Ball,
people, you know, you can destroy the costume.
or just Guilty Gear or
But some
just
people
Dragon
don't
Ball
like that
Fighters.
Okay.
from the fan
so
base.
you know the character creation in Soul Calibur is very detailed.
I think they're
very,
gonna
very
show a
advanced.
character.
So they're gonna add an option now that your clothes
I
can't
don't
get.
know if they're gonna have it or not. He's just
And it could be Shen, it could be Roshi,
yeah,
or-
you're right.
or
It is
Topo?
gonna be in there somewhere.
They're gonna put in a
Raditz?
option to protect your clothes from getting blown off, so you can keep your custom character there.
So seeing it's coming on Tuesday. Setsuka come back first time in 10 years.
Arxis
Yeah, 10 years, right?
Twitter already said they have a Strive.
The fan
Yeah,
base been,
Bandai probably
asking
would
for
be
her
the
for a long
announcement
time.
for Dragon Ball, right? Yeah, not
And,
artsy.
they asked so much, I thought about just not doing it despite them, but
I understand that feeling a lot. Maybe take notes, all you guys asking for X character, X character, X character.
We'll see. I want
You can't
Topo.
go overboard.
I want Topo.
To go overboard, right?
節田が登場になります。はい、こちらもですね、まあかなりやり込みに応えてくれるキャラクターではありますけれども、
it's a character that's got a lot of depth to it,
ちゃん
right?
と初めて触る方でもね、ある程度ちゃんと操作ができるような感じの調整にしてます。
But we've also balanced it so that people who are more new to the game
Yeah,
can still enjoy her.
Not everyone played the game for 10 years, right? No one was back there in the original version.
セールしてますので、そういうキャラ
And then
I would love for
It's on
Master
sale.
Roshi.
PS4.
Master Roshi or Topo will make me super happy.
Please buy the game.
I love those characters.
Until the 4th, right? So until the 4th is the sale, and then from the 4th is when the DLC is going to come out. So that's big news there if you are a Soul Calibur player, but Harada's gone.
He hasn't come back. What?
ないんじゃない鉄拳は。
Okuba's saying maybe
Yeah.
there's no announcement.
He's taking a
Check it.
shit.
There's nothing to talk
I know
about.
that.
I'm gonna have to do
I
it
know when
instead.
people have gone that long. I know what they doing.
He used to work on Tekken 7, right?
That was not okay, bro, right?
He's taking a shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be doing.
He was kind of like
Good shit. I'm embarrassed.
the producer.
When I'm gone that long, y'all already know what it is.
Let's call Harada. Hey.
That's that. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, he got smooth too. He came out. He put up the smooth suit. Oh, okay.
テレコミュニケーティングと思いますけど、オルター返すとか。
And obviously it says second 7,
改
so
めましてご無沙汰しております。鉄拳プロジェクトの原田です。まあ何かとね、
Yeah, Harada looking real smooth though. I can't front.
ですね。皆さんもこういうのには
The hair on point.
しょうか。まあ今日はね、
Shades on
こんな
point.
感じで
Suit on point.
ますけども。
Yeah, the drip is. This is the dripping.
我々鉄拳プロジェクトもですね、いろいろもちろん大変な思いは
This motherfucker wall of falling right now, man.
皆様にです
God
ね、
damn.
できるだけもっと鉄
Okay,
拳
Harada with the
楽しん
drip.
でいただこうと、いろいろアップデートをしたいなというふうにはもちろん思って頑張って。
My goodness. Okay. Speaking of shit, I mean, you just announcing games, but you want to come out here and try to smooth, you know, looking smooth for the ladies and shit. Fuck it.
このビデオメッセージだけなっちゃうんですけども。
You about to show some heat? Yeah, he came out here. He came out here boss-like right now, man. Mr. Steal your bitch.
配信させていただいております。はい、もう鉄拳もですね。
Tekken 7 is a 5-year-old title and it's still growing. That's crazy. That's so good. I've been thinking how much I would like to update online features so people can enjoy the online experience. Oh, he's about to go ham? No way, you're not going ham, nigga.
お願いいたします。ありがとうございました。 そんなことでは許されませんよね。
Oh, that might. I really understand that.
ちょっと
Even
頑張りました
harder.
鉄拳プロジェクトもちろん
We
今回
prepared
も情報を
something to
用意しており
show
ま
you.
す。というわけで死の号の言わずに見てもらいましょう。皆さん準備はいいですか？
Uh-oh, he's about to go. He about to blow up the street.
スタート。
Uh-oh, what's about to happen here? If they put rollback GGPO, son, I'm gonna lose my shit just for the community. I don't play the game, but I will lose my shit for them. I will be mad hype for them. Like, how can you make a game even better than what it already is and is growing?
Ready?
Keep your head up.
Don't tell me, you motherfuckers. Don't do it. I'm about to be mad hype for the community. Update battle balance, new moves for all characters. New moves for all characters, that's what's up. I like when they do that. Second prowess, online play enhancements, better online experience, evolution of Tekken, defeat your rivals. The best fights are personal. Is it rollback? It shows Wi-Fi. It shows like the Wi-Fi shit and stuff like that, right? And it showed a character. All right.
何かとはいはいはいわかりました。はいはいはい。 じゃあこれで撮影しようかね。はい。
Some people
cute little dog there. So there we go. Season 4.
It is ambiguous, right? Like we don't really know, but clearly
that was my first time seeing that. So nice. I saw Paul's got a new move there.
It shows something with the Wi-Fi, and then it shows us a character.
A little bit of a surprise there at the end. So you obviously know who that is. I have no idea who it is. Chat, you guys can try and guess there.
So Rudd is touching that it's 5 years from the release, but that's the arcade, right? 3 years for the release of the console version.
Is it DGPO though? We don't know. Is it rollback?
We're saying we're almost to 6.
Damn.
He's just gonna go out and say that, right?
He's bragging about numbers.
So
right?
much for our marketing plans, right?
He's
Jeez,
like, we're
come
about
on,
to get
dude.
6 million, man.
Saying 80% is download? Nah, it's more like 70.
Yeah, I usually download my games there.
I mean, like, cool announcement, but you ain't really tell us anything. What was that?
So since the game is
going,
is being
right?
supported, right? We still want to do it on our side
as
well.
As long as you guys keep buying the game and playing the game, supporting the game, they're gonna keep building it up.
Yo, new moves, and then when you spoke about better online, but you're not.
He's like here, but then he's looking like he's on the
back
stream.
In the video because
yeah,
he's got the same thing. Yeah.
But he's just gonna touch on some of the points in case you missed it.
I want to see what the
we clearly missed it.
Talking about here.
He's talking about the Wi-Fi. So did you guys notice that, right?
That's the one thing I did notice.
I told them to do it.
Busted. You guys are busted now. You can't hide.
So for you guys to ask for that, there you go.
You can now. Can you filter those? The question.
So we're just saying that we did notice that it's 50% Wi-Fi players.
Users, yeah.
PC saying that what do you call it? That landline
you pretty much
is
PC
more
is
common
be,
because
it's connected directly.
Yeah. This is something that people have been asking for a long time to be able to see that.
That's good,
before
but
you accept a match, right?
But
So
how about the GGPO rollback?
He's talking about the online play. And because of just the current circumstances, people have been asking for improvement in the online experience.
Everyone's stuck at home, right? Yeah. Rollback. He
said
said it. He said it.
He said it. He just said we already had rollback, but the variable frame adjusted the rate. There's games that do it to 6, or Tekken was only set at 3 before.
Yeah.
So there's various ways to do it, right? So everyone says, well, you can just open up 6, and you're fine. But saying that for 3D, the way that the animations are created are so much different than 2D games. That the animation, when it rolls back, is a lot more visible. It's quite different than for 3D and 2D. And so the way you have the key buffers or the way you create the animation, a lot of the stuff you have to do is so much more intense than just, hey, do rollback and, paste it in. But he's saying we've been doing some... we did some betas, like closed, or not closed, but what do you say, internally, and the results are pretty good at the moment. The response is improved. Also, the ranking is something that we're changing a bit.
Yeah, they mentioned it before when they were talking about matching and stuff, right? We saw the Tekken.
We should have been in the trailer. It said the Tekken prowess.
Yeah, your Tekken skill level.
And so that's going to be implemented as well, and the ranks is going to be a little bit different. They're going to be reset to a certain degree.
It seems like Tekken 7 is still going to be delayed rollback. I mean, delayed base.
So yeah, we do, because of the current circumstances especially, are working hard to improve on that. So there's a lot of stuff that we're working on addition, but this kind of the priority really
I'm listening because I want to hear everything. I want to hear everything and then be able to talk about it after.
So,
I want to make sure that I get everything
that
correct.
Got brought forward. So he's saying that we really wanted to show more in depth.
The Wi-Fi is cool.
Actually have Season 4 ready already.
Now, yeah.
but just the whole COVID situation and the impact on development.
The Wi-Fi is
character
cool.
tease at the end.
Who could it be?
The change is cool, and the character tease is cool. But come on, man. Y'all know that people want the rollback. It just works out much better.
They got Harada cosplay on now.
What?
Harada didn't know.
No one noticed.
No.
And everyone does for commentators.
Harada said all the foreign commentators are wearing sunglasses. No. Pass.
So the thing is that they made improvements.
But he said his
But the main
sunglasses are
improvement
something that Capcom
that
asked
people
for.
wanted, they didn't improve
True
on that.
story though. Capcom USA told him to do it because he's the bad guy. That was back during the Street Fighter Cross Tekken stuff.
You have to wear the sunglasses because
Yeah,
you're the bad
Uno-san
guy.
was like the good guy, and Harada's the bad guy. But then everyone came to expect it, so he has to play along, right? One more from Yasuda from Bandai Namco about
from
esports.
Yasuda-san, right?
All right, so it's esports.
So let's check out the slide.
Oh,
Online
nice.
challenge events coming soon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man,
so
this hurts.
it was supposed to be
The TWT was supposed to be
New
going
Orleans,
on.
right? New
Soul
Orleans
Calibur
this
World
year.
Tour as well. And
Now they
we
forced to
had
do this,
to
but like
postpone
y'all
all that
online
stuff, right?
is so bad.
But we know you guys are craving for content, so we're having an online event. And here's kind of the schedule, right?
It's worldwide, nice.
It's divided into regions, so it's going to be
If
different
netcode
so
doesn't
the-
improve,
the
does any of
dates
this
line up with
matter?
different areas, right?
Unfortunately, it really
Yeah.
doesn't.
So Calibur has 3 of
Because
them.
they're not improving what
Tekken
we
has,
need.
a bit more, 10 in total.
Yo, there's nothing I can do to save this,
Starting
man.
September 12th.
I kinda
so
called
next
this
month.
out.
Through December 6th, right?
I kind of
Pretty
called
soon
this
here.
out.
This is like the
Arxis
usual
is
kinda time
literally
schedule
the
of each year.
last company to save
It's
this.
kind of like a 2-day format, right? On Saturday, we're going to have the
To
open
save
entry
this-
tournaments
Okay.
This
for that specific region, obviously, right? And then Sunday, you would have the exhibition
this round
matches
table
with,
that
chosen
was supposed to be
players that,
phenomenal was supposed to be
people might want to see.
great.
Are these
Was supposed to be
tournaments
something
leading up to anything,
special.
Or is it each separate individual
This was so
tournament?
At
unique,
the moment, they're
and
just
for it
separate
to be like
tournaments.
this is just.
If you need a Paul player, man, I'm down. Invite me out here. Tekken 7 pre-event.
You know how
And we
everyone
might
loves
not
Paul
even
Blart.
get
They
fighters.
love
Before that, yeah, we had
US West.
August 15th through the 16th. This is a kind of a pre-event that we'd already kind of planned ahead of time, just to give you guys something cool to check out.
Makes sense. It's in California. Of course, we got to do everything California here.
Yeah.
So getting the little precursor there. I wonder how restricted it's going to be on regions.
Yeah,
Is
Robo
there
Shen,
gonna
what's
be like
good,
a
man?
minimum connection check or something like that?
Those are all
This is
things
the thing is that
they're kind of fleshing out now.
I'm hoping
and
that
we'll
we
be
get
releasing more
something
details
cool
on
for
the
Guilty
homepage.
Gear.
I think that actually the rule set's going to be uploaded today.
But damn,
if
this
you go
is
check
this
out
is
Smash
just
GG,
Yeah,
you
not.
can see
check
all
it out.
the
It says
stuff.
it's live. So go
This
in
is
there.
just
Again,
not it, man.
US West residents only, please. Obama ran
It's
a
up to
tournament
us
in,
to
in
keep the
Japan,
community
and said
strong.
Japan only, and some guy was like, "Can I enter?"
Yeah.
It's like, "What prefect are you from?" It's like New York. I'm from New York. I don't know
like-
that one. I can't
The thing
find
about
it
the
online.
paper
Yeah,
space
right?
plus
From New York.
Parsec is that it's expensive.
Yesterday, just saying that
That's one of the
Hiroki
main
from
things that I
Dragon Ball
see
Fighters just
it
came
being
outside.
problematic
Hirone,
is
did
that
you
it's
call it Hirone?
expensive
Hirone, like,
Hirone.
means
and the
like
process
Big
seems
sis,
like it
Hiroki.
might be
Yeah.
long. Somebody asked me if would I be interested. Yes, I would.
So for
okay.
information on the events,
But
we're
it's
just talking about,
expensive.
Go to these
It is
individual websites.
expensive. I didn't expect it to be that expensive.
And next,
Not only is it
Dragon
expensive,
Ball Fighters, right?
Okay.
So you got a show, an
coming
announcement of
August.
announcement.
Now, so, I mean, sometimes it's what you got to do, right?
Yep.
Not everyone had expected to do it right now, and then you also mentioned, the
yo,
COVID situation.
Oh man.
Time schedules are getting thrown out, so
Well, the teams, they had their
Yeah.
own separate plans moving. We tried to converge as many as we could, but they have this cool, spectacular show coming up. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys will check it out.
yeah. So August, it is August now. So this month, guys, all you Dragon Ball fans, and there's a lot of you guys that were asking for stuff on Twitter, but just hang in there a little bit longer. I know it hurts. I know when you wake up expecting that
something
Christmas
big,
present
right?
under the tree is not there, but it's coming. It's on the way. So just hang in there, everybody.
So you're just talking about, we even approached Nintendo and some other companies, and everyone has their own plans, obviously.
Yeah.
So some people could readjust them enough to participate, and some couldn't. So he's talking about Hiroki is gained weight during. Wow, this is like okay.
I'm not translating this.
Yeah.
You're talking about Hiroki getting thick? Like, come on, man.
Shape didn't match up with the stream,
That's why
so
she didn't want to appear. Yeah. She didn't feel confident.
I get it,
in front
dude.
of
I put on weight during COVID. I'm out running.
So what? She got a little thick. You know what I'm saying? Ass got fatter. Hey, who give a fuck? Come out here. Come out here, girl.
From HR, I think, right?
Y'all know I like the thickness. Come out here, Hiroki. Don't be. Fuck these motherfuckers. Come out here, Hiroki.
Okay.
All right. So there you go. You're Soul Calibur Tekken fan. You got new information. Soul Calibur's got a new update. We have
Season 4.
Tekken announcements. We have online tournament series coming out. So definitely.
Now they spamming.
If you're
They spamming some
player,
shit.
Maybe now is the time to maybe try.
Bata mitai komodo nado yume. Yo, they going ham. They going ham with this shit.
I can't.
Now they just going ham.
Your title, man.
They going ham
Let's see what
in the
Ozan
stream.
has for us.
The chat is going crazy.
So I was reading the Twitter thread because they announced that they're gonna reveal something today. So everyone had all the character picks that they wanted, the character picks they don't wanted.
And this is how I kind of knew you. I'm like, that's that crazy foreigner that lives in Japan.
Am I gonna be full-blown library for this?
That's my dude. But here we go. They're gonna announce another online tournament. You know, the world tours are all shifting to online. So we're gonna have a Japan and an American one. Yeah. They don't have details. They just said that it is confirmed that they will be running it. So these are the games in Japan.
Nice.
BB Tag. Oh, Granblue, let's go. Guilty Gear. Okay, I'm coming back. World's Best Leo.
So both Blaze Blue and Tag Battle, huh?
Yeah. Central Fiction, which is great because Central Fiction doesn't have too many events now. A lot of people move to Tag Battle, so that's really exciting.
And Unist as well, huh?
Under Night Ember.
Interesting.
So this is all the anime games that you really want to see right now. So this should be good. The connection, at least in Japan, amongst each other is.
Y'all want to see what's going on in the chat?
He's saying
Look at
more
this chat.
details will be coming soon. So
nice.
Look at this fucking chat.
So looking forward to that.
Look at this shit.
And now in America,
this is the American version, right?
Look at this fucking
America's
chat.
gonna have 2 games here. So
Look at this shit.
And then Granblue Versus here.
This is a
supported by
very angry community.
Level Up Esports Stadium, Low Kick XC.
This is a very angry community.
Cool.
Spamming
so
the
you guys
same
in the States, I know,
shit.
Very tragic stuff for Granblue. You know, I like this game.
This
a lot,
community,
but it came out
all communities that came
Corona,
together
so
for
never had
this,
a chance for all
they are
fans, but the people
tight.
have been sticking with it since the start. They've been asking for, let's get some big events.
20,892.
Here you go.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Y'all dropped the ball.
Next slide. What?
Whoa, that's awesome. Just a fan art of all the different games. Damn.
That's pretty tight.
Sick, yeah. That's man, that's awesome. Yeah, the devs are all hyped too. I'm Team Blue though. I'm definitely on Team Blue. I'm on Team Blue, man. I'm Team Blue. They got Persona though. Unfortunately, this is BB Tag, man. I got hyped for it. I was like, come on, let's.
They
Persona,
are
but that's BB
going
Tag.
ham
Right there.
because this has been such a huge letdown
wallpaper, whatever.
to have all of these developers come together
the one with the sword.
for something that they could have just done separately and not do this at all.
Look out for the tournament, right?
Yeah, for the
something that could have been so beautiful. Something that is so unique.
Okay.
To be reduced to this.
Oh,
okay.
cool.
So the winners of Granblue and BB Tag, the American
Japan
ones,
and the America.
So next
put them
spring,
wow,
yeah,
a
next
piece
spring
of
there'll be a
art.
showdown.
Wow,
so that's something you
a piece of
you guys
shit.
can look forward to in the future there.
This shit right here is not cool. What the fuck is this?
Strive announcement.
Oh,
new info. There we go. He's got it.
It's like by the time we get to something that we are interested in, it's like, fuck, man. Where's my samurai black character at? Y'all showed them in the very beginning. Where's my samurai black character at, man? Stop fucking around. Y'all showing the same characters over and over and over. Let me see my dude, man. And that's why you talked about Leo? That's why you got hyped about Leo? Because you knew that Leo was going to show up? Where the fuck is the new characters? He looks cool, though. I like that coat, man. That jacket is kind of smooth. Okay, that was pretty cool. Ooh, we got a command throw? We got a power driver? New character trailer coming in. Yes! Show us something new! Let's go! Yes! Let's go! Library is in effect! Oh! Narukuyuki! The first black character. Big body? Oh, shit! We're fast! He looks fucking cool! Oh, look at that stage! Look at the waterfall! Damn, he looks mad fucking cool! What is this shit? And he's big body! And he's big body! Oh! That's a black man right there! That's a black man right there! Let's fucking go! Oh, shit! Next character trailer in October? That's 2 months! That's too long!
Right? Nice.
It's Gorilla season, baby. It's Gorilla season.
Oh,
shit. Leo White Fang, that is my boy. I saw everyone on Twitter like, please no Leo, please no Leo. He's back, baby. We're gonna be
Let's go. He looks so fucking cool.
We got his name reveal as well.
New character, right?
Yeah, Nagori Yuki. So they showed him off the very, very, very first trailer of Guilty Gear. And
that was cool as fuck.
Since then. So finally, we got him. We got some playable.
About time they showed them. Yo, library's in effect. Can I see my libraries?
Nagori Yuki.
Please.
I've
been on my library all day.
They finally give his They're saying we didn't.
I've been on my library shit all day. Oof.
Leo, how did they pick Leo? I thought Leo was gonna be like 3 years down the line. They put him out right on the start.
Maybe they saw your saving Guilty Gear tweets.
He listened to me. Thank you.
He looks smooth, man.
All the designs they look a little bit.
He
older,
looks smooth.
Right? A little more mature.
Nice touch there.
Nagori
down there they announced PlayStation 5, so I still don't know any details on that, but this is confirmed on PS5. The game looks so beautiful.
Yo, he looks so cool, man.
There's an arcade release.
He looks so fucking cool.
Down there, so.
I love his design, man. Sheesh.
Hurry up and release, man.
And he's big body?
Yeah, so next
spring.
Yeah,
and he's a samurai.
Fall, but they announced they're pushing it back until next spring.
But that's Arc System Works spring, so maybe it really is spring. You know, it's not Tekken spring, which would be what, winter or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. They said the next announcement's going to be in August too, right? So. Or not,
really? October, right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like they should change his name because, you know,
but not just
Nago.
I think the one in October is going to be even bigger. So they said it's going to be a lot more
stuff. You know, I don't know. Yeah, the racist people might say some crazy shit.
As soon as it's over, I'm going.
Gotta slap motherfuckers up.
Watch that trailer like 20 times. Gotta break it down. I want to see everyone. I want to see everybody on Twitter. But I think he's gonna try.
He looks so cool, man.
Who's the hardest one to work
His
with?
design is so fucking OD. My goodness.
He said if it just popped out, it would have been so entertaining. He was trying to trick him, but it didn't work. Yes is proposing who's like
who's the easiest to work with partner.
That's another difficult question for Japanese people. Though.
Yeah. Harada's too westernized, you know? He spent too much time overseas.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they should change his name, but
So that's all we have planned at the moment, right?
But yeah, this is just the first time. You know, it was kind of last-minute planning too, right? So it's amazing that it came together and everything. Guys, if you like it, please let them know online. We want to see more. We can get more topics, different discussions for the next time.
It'd be cool to do it again. You get to see more of Giuna and myself too, if that happens.
But let's see.
With our special skills for Japan, right?
There we go. So yeah, so Fuhi now is signing off. So this is going to be the end of the first one. I had a great time. We did a lot of cool
The first one,
reveals and
they could do a lot better though, man.
Yeah, you never get to see the
The
insight.
crazy part is, it was pretty much 2 hours.
Con panel or whatever.
It was 2 hours, but like,
This is probably the first time I've ever.
I would have been okay with it being an hour
all the time, but they can
if they
always
get
talk.
straight
I
to
would
the
like
point
see
with
this
a
more,
lot of things.
As long as, you know, more time to discuss and maybe some different topics and things like that.
But keep in mind, each one of these dudes is super high up in their respective companies, right? So I hate to think of all the meetings and other stuff they have to do every day.
Like, this is great. This is a great thing for them to
Alright,
do.
guys.
They have to look at
Every
this.
person just say their kind of their farewell.
They have to
thank
look
yous,
at
right?
this
So
and
that
just
was
be
us.
like,
Thank you very
okay,
much.
what can we do for the next time to be more appealing?
Talking about PS4 and Steam.
And if we don't have like really cool announcements,
So
do we really
already
need to
started.
do
If
it
you have
during
the
this
time, please
round
check it out.
table?
And he believes that the online experience should be better.
Sorry, man. What's
But
good,
any
man?
feedback you might have, he would love to hear it on Twitter.
Again, if you guys are part of that rollback wagon, please follow Fighting Inc.'s layer. Give them their feedback, their testing with everybody and taking data from around the world to try and develop their system.
Even though this to me this was bad. If I had to rate this from 1 to 10, I would probably rate it a 4.
So maybe you should.
I thought it was below average for something that I would have thought that it would have been like from 8 to a 10.
Just saying,
This was just, this was not it. This is not a round table
doesn't matter. People
that
can see
is
where you're at.
appealing.
It's like he's really he's hyping up
He's
sunglasses.
Coming from-
sleeping, right? He's mastered sleeping. He's not getting caught.
Sunglasses.
Coming from all of
Nobody
these
can tell where you're
developers,
looking
man,
during a
from
meeting
different
and stuff.
organizations, this was just not it.
So who we got next?
I gave it 4 out of 10
So we got SNK
because
and
Guilty
Brooks on
Gear
here.
came through with 2 characters, showcased more stages. Tekken had
Thank you for letting us
potential
participate
with
in
the
this and
online,
everything.
at least the Wi-Fi. Then there's a secret character.
Yeah, and
That
so
one
the,
question
the new DLC
I thought was
character
really important,
in,
and they replied pretty good about it.
Samurai Showdown. It's free, so she's free. So download it right there.
And then
But it's
Soul
also
Calibur, they
happening, right?
got they
You know,
got
the
something.
free
They got a
Street
new
Fighter. All these
balance
games
patch
stuff
coming
are
out
like the same
with
exact time in the next few days.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
Roxanne. See what he's got to
And the
say.
reason why I also give it a 4 out of 10 is because this is something new,
He said they
and
said King of
regardless,
Fighters finally.
I respect the fuck out of all of them for
Putting
coming
King of Fighters
together
details in
to
the
doing this.
future, guys.
I think
They
this is,
apologize
I think
for
this,
not having it ready for today.
this can be something that should be done
You gotta give
more.
everyone a little bit of a
If you
break
guys,
because of the
if you
COVID
guys
corona situation and everything.
realize, we always asking for them to kind of like communicate with us more, right? They kind of did it, and they kind of did not.
Participating
So
today.
the thing is that this can be a learning process for them to learn
And we're gonna
from
try our best,
this first
so
round
if you
table,
will support us, it'd
and
be
then
great.
Yeah.
make better usage of the round table part 2.
Thank you for holding this event, first of all, right? He's really happy.
I give this a 4 out of 10. It could have been way better though.
I definitely want to do a number 2.
Yeah, it was communication in a shitty way, but it was communication nonetheless. At least they're showing that they're trying. It's better than nothing. It's better
He said he
than
wants
nothing.
to have an
He wants you
illustration
guys-
or something? Something about all the characters? Yeah, I think he's talking
He
about having
wants
an
them to all
illustration with all the
draw
characters.
Capcom characters and start with
So
that.
so even though this wasn't the type of communication we hoped for,
Thank you very much.
it's better
This was
than
started by
nothing.
Bandai, right?
Bandai
It's up,
Namco.
it's up to
Bandai
you.
is a different company.
You got to do it. Bandai Namco. You got a new weekly show. You got to start.
自分もなんかこういうね機会でいろいろ楽しめたんで、ぜひ本当に2回3回とね。
Nakayama-san
最終
also
的には
saying he had a very good time
大
and
会とかできたらいいなと思って
he wishes that we could continue and even
Yeah.
maybe have some kind of tournament in the
2
future.
or
That'd be
3, and
cool.
yeah, that'd be cool if they had a like a developer
I just-
game tournament
damn,
or
man.
That would be
something.
cool.
Yeah.
Next we got Shinbori-san.
You're so fucking right with the fact that they are showing that they are trying to hopefully do better next and
Thank you
more.
all for
Hopefully there is a
tuning in
next
today.
time. What they said, he said this is the first one, so it seems like they're gonna do more. Maybe they'll do it every like 3 to 4 months or something
Even
like
though
that.
DOA is kind of
Who
On
knows?
a break right
on a
now.
break.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling us to this opportunity.
DOA is on a break. They're dead. Somebody need to come through with CPR because them motherfuckers
But everyone's
dead.
still playing the game and supporting it.
We need a Phoenix down.
Be in the same virtual room with all these
Because right now,
developers that,
Dead or Alive is that shit
we
is
feel
rough,
like,
man.
You know, friends.
That reduced price and all that
It's
shit
a-
is
it's a
not
great
gonna
feeling to
help,
be
man.
together. And I hope to be able to hang out with Harada more often.
Yeah. It's like this kind of idea, or being a part of this event.
The
here
thing
and
about
hanging
the
out with all these
Tekken
greats
announcement
kinda
is
motivated
that
him to keep working hard because he wants to keep being involved with.
It
all
could
the
have been
other
so
producers out here.
hype. He had everything going. He even played us. He walked off and then came back.
Thank you.
And
for
then
inviting
the
me to this.
announcements came, and it was like,
Thank you
what
guys
the
for watching
fuck?
as well until the very
What
end.
the fuck
It's
was
been
that?
2 hours now.
Like, it was vague. Like, you barely touched on anything.
Yeah. So again, they mentioned earlier there's the free
No
the free,
KOF news, no Dragon Ball
version to
Fighters
play.
news.
So it's like everyone, please download the game. Please keep supporting
The
it.
Street Fighter
They
was
bring out-
okay
they said they're kinda
to
taking a
bring in
break
more
of
people.
development
I liked
in the
it.
game, but they still
But I
want
know that's
to,
not what
you know,
people
they still
want.
want to do more.
And the more you guys
Yeah.
support it, it seems like more Shimbori-san
They
can work
get-
internally
yeah,
to
they can
do
get the
stuff.
money in the budget. So it's free, so give it a try. Give it a download.
But I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm going to tell y'all this, and this is real talk. This, all of this,
Thank you for tuning in for
Yeah.
2 hours.
this just shows you how out of touch they can be. This tells you right here how out of touch people
Working
can
on the
be.
project.
Yeah, he was kind of like the leader
Hands-on.
of this, of gathering everybody
this
together,
right here-
organizing all this.
Should have not been like this at all.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
participating.
This could have been done so much better.
He wants to do another one. but of
Handled
course,
so much better.
The plan going in was obviously to continue to
This was like they did it, but they're so out of touch
There was
with
even,
what the
like,
people
an
want,
idea
man.
Maybe having a tournament.
Yeah.
They're so out of touch.
That's the question.
And like I don't want to hear anything about
Just do it not
rollback
fighting.
is expensive and this and that is
So
expensive.
that's obviously one of the end goals that we all
You guys,
So
every
we
single
hope
person
you'll
in the
continue to
box.
tune in
You guys
when
can
we do it
afford
again.
GGPO yourselves.
It's,
Y'all can
quite
afford
difficult to get
rollback
everyone together
yourselves.
like
Yeah.
this.
Y'all don't even need your
But,
boss,
thank
your
you
head
all for
honcho,
helping
whoever
out.
to
Yeah,
purchase
this is
it. You
Saturday,
guys could do
Saturday
it yourself
morning.
and
Good job. Yeah,
implement
y'all
it
still-
Everyone got
yourselves.
up at, like,
Y'all
7,
smart enough to
7,
do that,
get
man.
ready, and then we were here yesterday
I don't
for
want to hear that
rehearsal,
excuse.
so, you know, these guys
Real
just out
talk.
here doing
I
it,
make
so
fun
then
of Power Rangers
they
with the
just
budget, but
focus
to
on
be
it.
real, the budget of Power Rangers is extremely low, and they were able to implement GGPO, aka rollback,
Brought everyone
into their
together,
into
but
their
There
game.
was a comment
There's
asked
a
if he
silent- Harada
talked to
goes-
Sega.
Yeah.
Harada's
Fighting
like,
Herds has rollback, correct?
I can't hear you. But
Harada,
my internet
yeah.
connection is
And
a
yep,
bit,
and it has
spotty
crossplay
at the
across
moment.
He's like,
five
did you talk to Sega? He's like, oh.
five consoles. Power Rangers has cross play between Nintendo, PC,
He's saying he's
Xbox
been on
One,
various streams
PS4, and Nintendo Switch. The first game to do it, to do all
Seems
five.
like, the foreign audience
Melee
is
had
large,
one guy to do it on an old game.
and he was encouraged by the comments.
Exactly, Scrapper.
Support from you guys.
These
Yeah,
guys,
the
there's no
viewership of
excuses,
all of the,
man. No
different
excuses.
platforms,
Just do it.
まあ特にその
One man on an old ass game.
Yeah,
Melee.
so right, he's saying again, just reiterating that it's like this is not.
These
just-
guys are
not just,
millionaires.
in Japan, but everyone around the world is watching.
Millionaires.
So this is probably a really good chance right now because
They literally could
of
pay
Corona,
somebody,
there's not a lot of offline
hire
events, so
whoever
maybe
they
we can
need
shift to this kind of online
to
discussion.
implement the rollback.
And it's
No
another person that says he wants to
excuses.
do it again. Man,
Yep.
they all said they want to do it again.
And they want to do it again. Beautiful. That's why I'm saying this is a 4 out of 10
Harada's last.
because they get to see how many people are
Fingers
putting
crossed he
sleepy
doesn't say anything
emotes
like,
and all types of shit. They get to
turns
see
into
how
a
the
problem.
community are
He
not
said,
happy
"I'm
how
really
they
good
handle
friends
this,
with Sega. I
and
could
they
call
can
them if I wanted to."
possibly go about it differently
It's true.
for the next time.
Drink at the virtual fighter guys like all the time. Before the COVID thing, right? We're just saying like everyone's extremely busy.
Yeah.
This is
and
a
to
learning
prepare all
process
the
for
materials
for
and
us,
everything.
and also more
kind of the last minute, you know,
more
because all
than
the plans
us
fell
for
through and we
them
had to kind of
to
pivot.
learn
And there's a lot of
how to
risk
go
with
about
something
things
you
for the
haven't done
next
before.
time.
Yeah, we had a lot of problems last night. Thank God everything worked out
Yeah.
today.
But when Ben and Emco is doing it, maybe it's easier for everyone to not worry about the potholes so much because it's our responsibility.
Yeah.
Kind of.
だからっていうのもあると思うんですけど、あとまあ今までのこともあってたと思うんですけどね、あんなにさっき番組中でも言いましたけど、LINE が業界の LINE がどんなグループだろうってぐらいの
that we have for this, all the publishers, just to see everyone in that group, right? It's really good. That's kind of like a nice side.
We'll just take a quick screenshot real quick, guys. Give me 1 second.
They're all, different companies talking, not just on the stream, but outside too. Hopefully they can, like Karada was saying earlier about sharing, data and tech and stuff. Hopefully we can see more collaboration with these guys.
And even with the viewers, what you'd like to see from future ones. But there's a lot of thought that goes into the time zone as well, and even languages, right?
Yeah, language.
So there's a lot of hurdles here.
I'm gonna play some Dragon Ball, man. This was cool. They're not gonna talk about anything important. They're literally just talking about the same shit, and they're just gonna keep it going. It's already been 2 hours and 21 minutes of them being up.
There's gotta be a punishment though.
I'm gonna end it right here with the recording.
Harada's gotta shave his head if he loses or something.